it is quite the character builder.
This is nice. Ooh, okay. So I
Yeah.
see up here, it has some options for us to start off making our character. So, Alara, the first thing we're going to do here is pick our race. Wait, oh, wait, this is. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh, did you not switch to the right?
I
Go
thought
back.
I did. I
Go
thought I
back.
did.
So we're gonna tell everybody the first thing you need to do
I thought I. Oh,
is
okay.
switch to Black Flag role playing.
First thing you need to do is switch to Black Flag role playing. That was my fault. I messed up. But guess what? I've clicked it now. Bam. Rule sets there. So now. Nope, not all characters. No, new character. This is a different Alara Sunwin. This
It's all right.
this is her twin, who is also named the exact same
Also
thing.
has the exact same name.
All same exact name. Bam, there we go. Hey, there we go.
There we
This is the
go.
Tales of the Valiant stuff we were looking for. So, first thing we're going to do is pick a lineage. We have a lot of choices here. Beastkin, dwarf, elf, human, kobold, orc, small folk, and Sidarian? Sidarian?
Siderian.
Siderian. I'm
I
sorry. That's on
see, and
me.
here's the thing: I have to learn how to say these things, so that's something I do know. But what is cool is that the pronunciation is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Siderians, which is cool.
Siderians.
This is this is always really hard too. So I think
Mm-hmm.
I would like let's we're not gonna we're not gonna go normal, right? Like even though I love
I love
all of our
playing a
normal,
human. I love playing a
I
human, you know? Love playing
yeah,
elves,
humans,
dwarves.
elves, dwarves, I love that. But I think the goal here is to play something, is to make something maybe we haven't seen so much of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Let's do let's do a beastkin. Let's see.
Ooh.
Let's go into that and see what we can play with there.
What we can play with there. So let's see, just a quick rundown. Beast can medium or small, depending on the kind that you make. Speed of 30. They have animal instincts, so that gives them proficiency in perception and survival. They've got natural weapons, so whatever kind of beastkin you have, that kind of natural thing. You can do an unarmed strike with it that deals, or not unarmed strike. I think they count as weapons. So 1d6 plus your strength modifier or dex, dependent. Um, so you'll get to choose what kind of weapon that you would like. You have a natural adaptation depending on the kind of beastkin that you are. So you get choices between avian, so big, feathery wings. You could be agile, like lions, tigers, that kind of thing. Aquatic, fishes. Yeah, you get the idea. Or sturdy. So we're gonna select this here, and does it's okay? Cool. So that gives us all of these things. Is there a place for us to choose? Oh yes. Okay, I see. So once we have chosen it, is there a place for us to choose those abilities based on the beastkin? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I think it might. I think it might show up later. So, we,
As we're going
yeah,
through,
as we're
right?
going through, yeah, I think
You
so.
know, here, this is my other unhealthy plug for Shard, right? So the team at Shard is really good at coding, so it might be like that in order programming, right? That it'll like kind of load it in as we go. So let's see.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So the next thing we have is the heritage, which
All right.
is kind of like like where this person has come from, the kind of culture they were raised in, and that will give them some abilities, some traits. We have anointed heritage. You've been selected by fate, favored by divinity, or made to bear an ancestral burden of some kind. There's cloud heritage, where many accounts concerning the origins of elves have been spun, and almost all are deeply intertwined with tales of magic. So someone having a more like arcane background as far as like the community that they were raised in. You could be cosmopolitan, raised in a cottage, a part of a diaspora, a fire forge, someone deep in the mines, all about crafting. The Grove heritage, someone who was raised in like a forest community, a nomadic heritage, someone who's been traveling a lot and no one place is really their home. The salvager heritage, people carved out of society and have to kind of scavenge together their own kind of way to live. The Slayer heritage for monster hunters and those who love that kind of deal.
There's so many options. I was like, what is this? I was like, how many of options? But what I like here is there's like so many different like things that could tailor towards kind of what I'm leaning to, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I'm torn, right? So I'm torn um between Grove and Nomadic, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So it's like we kind of think I'm like reading up of some of these cool, so the Grove
Yeah.
heritage here, and seeing I like this nature's camouflage, right?
Yes.
Having the advantage on the stealth checks could be very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like have you can always attempt to take the hide action in these different types of weather, which I think is really neat.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. What do you guys think? So
Yeah,
I'm torn
audience.
between
What are you
yeah,
thinking?
seriously. I'm torn, you guys, between the Grove and the Nomadic. So let's bring up the Nomadic here. Now we haven't picked my class yet,
True.
but
True.
if I'm torn between the two, it might be helpful if you guys gave so Grove or Nomadic.
Grove or
I'm
nomadic?
so let's see what Nomadic has
Nomadic
here.
gives you the survival skill. It gives
Oh
you
wow.
resilience, so you have advantage when checks or saves made to resist debilitating weather. You also get to choose between Dwarvish or Elvish for your language, um, or for an additional language, because of course you know Common. Um, so it's but Grove Heritage also gives you a climbing speed, which is
Yeah,
really nice.
I'm leaning so hard. We're gonna do Grove. I think
I'm
we're doing
saying
Grove Heritage.
you're saying Grove. I see two nomadics in the chat.
Oh really? Oh,
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I do
even
see another Grove.
from Shard themselves in
Shard
here
themselves.
are like we should pick Nomadic, right? I think I'm leaning more towards Grove only because I really like this opportunity, and you
Mm-hmm.
guys will see a little bit more as we go deeper. I really like this nature's camouflage concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really like the concept of being able like it, and what I like because they did a lot of work on all of the like things that happen during games in this game now. So like things that will happen during adventures that I would love to have. I can hide in a tree. I can do this, and I have advantage to hide in that tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
Mm-hmm.
typically play characters that hide in a tree, right? And so I think I'm leaning towards Grove. Let's take Grove. We're
Okay.
taking Grove.
We're going.
That's
Oh,
it.
that was the popular vote as well. Six people
Yeah,
have
yeah.
said, let's do Grove. So we've got that. That's given us our. You can see down here, it's given you your abilities for ease of reference, and you can minimize it so it doesn't take up too much stuff for you.
Oh, I love
Um,
that. All right, let's see.
Amazing. So next up, we have our background. And again, so many choices. Um, Starting off, the ones that these are Shards players. Shard has
Yeah,
their
so
own.
this is what's really cool about what Shard did,
Mm-hmm.
and here I am, another Shard fangirl. I'm a big Shard fangirl, right? So hopefully Hal, you're hearing me here. I'm a big Shard fangirl. Is that they worked so hard to integrate that 5e stuff here with Tales of the Valiant. So when you scroll down into there, you can see that stuff that you can actually also integrate into this game. So for the sake of this, we're gonna do TOV, but the
Yeah.
fact that these go together are so cool, and I
Yes.
love this so much.
I also
Yeah,
love some of their the
I
snake oil seller and the
yeah
vaudevillian.
yeah
Mm,
you
perfect.
you there and what's really cool is, so you guys can only see Kendo's screen. I have the entire Kobold Press library unlocked on mine. And because thank you, Shard, you're the best. And mine is just an endless list of things. So which is pretty great.
Yeah,
Um,
this is
so
really good.
so let's take a look here.
So for the TOV backgrounds, we've got
For the TOV backgrounds.
adherent, artist, courtier, criminal, homesteader, maker, outcast, rustic, scholar, and soldier. All of these are good. So right now, what you have a beastkin grove raised in the forest,
Yeah,
right?
so yeah. Now, and the natural thought process, right, would be to be like, oh, they're an outcast. But I don't always, I feel like a lot of people are like, my character is an outcast. And I don't always want
Oh,
to be that, oh,
yeah,
woe is
yeah.
me, or oh, I'm the criminal and I'm that bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm,
But I
mm-hmm.
I don't know if that, I'm kind of feeling like this rustic might be
I
better
was looking
because
at
it's
that.
like that everyday average person, right? Like I'm
Mm-hmm,
just an average kind of person who lived in the woods, right?
mm-hmm,
Like, I'm not like yeah, I'm gonna be like you're Joe Schmo who lived in the woods and learned
mm-hmm.
how to do the things, right? And that's what's really neat about this, I think this oh my gosh, this background is that just, just kind of you were the blacksmith's child who preferred to wear the armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to do this. I wanted who, I watched my flock be devoured by ogres, right? So now I got to go beat up the ogres, right? So
From
that's,
humble
I think,
beginnings.
yeah, very humble beginnings instead of being like, I am a criminal, I am an outcast, I am a courtier, right? And like, I don't need to be any of those things.
I could just be
I
a
can just
regular
be
person
average and a regular person who
who gets
experienced
through.
something and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
wanted to move forward, right?
Yeah. So with rustic, you're gonna get skill proficiencies. You'll choose between athletics, acrobatics, investigation, or medicine.
So let's go with
Alright.
investigation and athletics.
Okay. Let's see. How do I wait?
Yes,
Okay.
and Inigo Montoya is it's that trauma that triggers the need to go adventure, right?
Oops! I accidentally rolled a die. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, see?
Uh,
Whoops.
whoops. Okay. I'm trying to. How do I tell
Oh
it?
wait, do I get it with everything? I think it adds it to everything. Hold on, go back.
Potentially. Go back. Okay.
It says wonder why
I'm
it
trying to. Yeah, I see.
interesting. It may have auto added it. We can
Yeah, I'm looking to see where it's at.
Yeah,
So
Celeste, I like rustic so much better.
right.
Like the word rustic, because it kind
It
of
is.
it did bold them. I do
Oh, it
see that it's
bolds
all
them.
bolded. So
Okay.
yep, it did it.
Okay.
Um,
How do we
I like.
choose which of these?
I think it. We can. I think if I look here, we
Yeah.
might be
Okay. Yeah, because I
okay.
see that they're bold here.
Yeah, I think we're okay for now. I think everything for now.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right,
It might be
cool.
another one of the things that once
Mm-hmm.
we. Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
So let's pick a class.
All
Oh.
right. So I'm leaning. I've been kind of alluding to where we're leaning. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to be a druid, everyone,
You're
but
not
I
going to be a
am
druid.
planning on being a ranger. There was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
work done on this class, so I thought it would be fun
I
for us
love
to
the
go
TOV
here.
Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
so
I've been
good.
this this is like the only one of the very few classes I've had a chance to actually look at too. So which is real because I had to learn about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I've decided to pick it up because maybe someone will run a game for me instead of me running games for them, and I can use this character to play with someone, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes, exactly. And it's a ranger with a climbing speed. And that's like I was like, oh, it'd be perfect. I want to hide in the weather, hide in the trees, do the cool like all of those things are really cool. And like the storyline there can be really great because one of the hardest things for me to do is always to come up with a background and like decide the story of my character. So
Yeah.
I always like to build those characters and decide where they came from afterwards. So pretty
Amazing.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, look. All right, so hit select and guess watch what
Hey, oh
happens.
whoa, look at all of those things. I was
I'm
like, hey,
telling
what is it?
you, this
It's
I
I should
cannot
have trusted the
cannot stress it
process.
enough.
I should have
Trust the
trusted the
process. I'm
process.
a fangirl.
It made you choose all the things that would give you proficiencies and stuff, so you're not, because that's the thing, you sometimes double up on things before you even realize it, and then you have to go back. It made me wait.
Exactly.
I just had to
Yep.
be patient. That's on me.
Yeah.
All right, so we
All
have
right,
some
here we go.
proficiencies: animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, or survival. You get
All right, so
3 of these.
so we said, so we're gonna pick, oh man, I only get three. Why is this
Hmm.
so hard? Hmm,
I believe in you.
man. All right, let's pick for a ranger. I think things that are important will be, what do we think? Yeah, perception and survival,
Perception and
right?
perceptions are
And
always my
keep in mind,
go-to.
I'm all in for you guys giving me ideas. I have never made a ranger before. If you actually, one of my best friends is in chat. You ask her. I've played spellcasters all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I literally I play spellcasters all the time.
Yeah, and then also don't forget you'll have some more choices from your background later on
Exactly.
too.
Yep.
So
So what did we say? We're gonna do
so
perception
you've
and
got perception,
survival for
survival,
sure.
which leaves animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, stealth. Which I think there is some there's some overlap with athletics and
So
investigation.
let's do I think with athletics and investigation, right? So we're gonna do stealth and nature, stealth instead.
Okay.
Yep.
You get a tool:
I think
herbalist, navigator,
yeah.
or a tracker.
Ah, God, I love tools.
And the tools in
Tools.
TOV are so good because now you know
I
how they
love
work.
tools. I'm actually going to pick trapper tools
Ooh. Okay.
because the more I'm thinking about what my background would be, if because if I'm writing a background on this, I'm like, what could they could have been a trapper, and all of this like background
Mm-hmm.
story is like flowing inside my head now. So,
Yep.
and I say I'm not a creative
Well, obviously that's wrong. Um,
sometimes, right?
Now you do get to choose a class feature. You get to choose between the 30 feet of climbing speed or swimming speed. But because you chose being Grove, you already have climbing speed.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I get my climbing speed already, so I'm going to be able to climb and swim,
That's so
y'all.
good.
I'm going to be
It's
able to climb and swim. And that's yet another really cool feature of Tales of the Valiant.
mm-hmm,
I was like,
mm-hmm.
now I get both.
You get both.
I
You
get it all.
you get it all. Okay, so your beastkin options. We haven't really decided what kind of beastkin are you.
I know. So I'm like, So I'm thinking kind of like a cat is kind of where I was like
Ooh.
floating around.
Okay.
But the more I was thinking that, but the more we moved through these pieces,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more thinking avian now. And now I'm like,
Ooh. A bird that can climb, fly, and swim.
and swim.
You're so mobile.
Oh, it was just the more we go through the story, I'm like, oh, it could be this, and it could go this way, and it could do this. So now I'm like, I think we're going avian. I think we're
Okay.
definitely going into an avian. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And that's not me being selfish, taking all of the
I
ability to
want all
move
of
as
this.
much as
I
possible.
can move
Maybe
wherever.
I can move wherever I want all the time. It's fine. I can do it all.
But you also, so being avian, you still, and this is a thing that I think like wasn't even so clear to me until right now. You still get to choose what your natural weapon is, so you can
Yep.
be avian, but you can still choose to have hooves or spines
Or
and
spines.
it's like,
Right.
what kind of
Exactly.
creature is that? You know?
Yeah, and what does that creature look like? And so, and at that point, I'm over here going, what would that creature look like at
Well,
that point, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, is it some hoofed half person, half like horse with wings? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, my brain over here can't even really imagine it. And now at this point, I'm like, oh, do I want it to be horns? That could be cool.
Horns could be cool.
Just headbutting people while I'm flying, climbing, and
You
swimming.
fly down head first right into them.
Can you even imagine? Um, Oh, a raptor. Oh, let's go with
Ooh.
claws. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. I
That
think
is
we're gonna
good.
go with claws. I think that's a great idea.
That is good. Love it. Awesome. Okay, and then your
Oh
Grove
man.
heritage, you get to choose any language. Elvish is the one that it suggested, but you could choose whatever you would like.
Oh man, there's so many too. This is what so
There are so many.
why are there so many?
Dwarvish,
But it's also
Elvish,
great.
Giant, Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling, Orc, Abyssal,
Oh my
Celestial,
goodness.
Deep Speech, Draconic,
See, and then
Druidic, Infernal.
this where that hoof stuff comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Minotaur.
Ooh,
Half Minotaur, half human with wings. All right, we're
that's
gonna get out of that.
well.
Um,
Wait, okay. Well, hold on. I kind of like being there for a second.
I'm like, we're not gonna go too deep into that. Let's let's pick. Oh man, why is it so hard? What do we think, guys? Look, Celeste, I wouldn't have, never have been maxed this. It just we just stumbled into this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done this before. This is your game. I just stumbled into making it perfect. All right,
Oh.
so if I were to pick a language,
Mm-hmm.
should I pick?
I see someone yelling
I'm
Minotaur.
between. Yeah. See, I'm thinking Minotaur too, Christy. I'm thinking Minotaur too.
I
I'm
kind of
really yeah. I'm down. Let's do it. We're
yeah.
doing Minotaur.
Let's do
We're doing it.
Minotaur.
We're gonna figure it out somehow. It'll
Um,
make sense. I'll write it into the
it's
story.
gonna look so cool. This is a cool. So you get two more between acrobatics, athletics, investigation, and
All right, so
medicine.
we're definitely doing athletics, and
Mm-hmm.
then I said we're gonna do investigation for this one. We picked that, right?
Yep,
And
got
then
it.
additional proficiencies. Oh God,
Land
vehicles.
vehicles and
Love
martial
vehicles.
weapon, vehicles and musical instrument, land vehicles and a tool, or land vehicles and an armor.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things while I'm thinking about this as to which one I want, because I love that it's vehicles and something, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of my biggest selling points during sales presentations has been this land vehicles and the vehicle rules and stuff. So if you guys haven't read through them, it's pretty cool. And I think we're, I was like, having a martial weapon would be really cool, but I'm really interested in giving myself a musical instrument. I think we're doing land vehicles and a musical instrument.
Let's
I think that's
go.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I have my driver's license. So now I get to pick my yeah, I do.
you get
Pick
to
my now I have my driver's license. I could fly, swim, climb, and do it all.
fly, swim, fly. So you've got some talents you can choose from.
Oh
Um,
man.
let's see. So the three here are comrade, hand to hand, and physical fortitude. Ooh.
Oh, that's true. That's true, Wilson. We'll take a look and see if I did. Maybe I did.
Oh, did we already? Let's see. Let's
We
see.
might
No,
have.
we took perception, survival, and
Per
stealth.
That's right. All right, let's see. So, talents, physical fortitude, hand to hand, or comrade. Now, do I want to be nice and be a friend
Be a friend. Be a helpful Minotaur friend. Minotaur
with wings?
Chimera friend with
Chimera
yeah,
Minotaur with
Chimera
wings. Friend.
Minotaur friend.
All right, maybe Mark's watching this. Mark, can you start drawing this for me? This would be great. Mark, if you're watching,
Mark, if you're
get
watching.
on that. Um, oh, this is actually really cool. This comrade. Okay, so when an ally you can see or hear within 30 feet of you spends one or more luck, you can also spend a luck to increase their roll. Oh my God, luck is oftentimes the bane of my existence as a GM at my table because we've instituted it in my Scarlet Citadel game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but oh my gosh,
It's good. The help as a
that
bonus action by itself is huge. The
I'm
able
taking
to
this. I'm
use
gonna
luck
be a
for other
friendly.
people.
I'm a friendly, scary looking kind of lady.
Love it.
That's it. We're taking it. I'm down. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, this is so
All right.
cool.
Dope. Okay. So
Oh
we
man.
have our level 1 ranger. Alara. Oh wait. Oh, we got to pick abilities. We got to pick our abilities.
Oh man.
We could just do standard array real quick.
Yeah, we can do it. We've we got lost in the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is to roll, but it's okay.
I mean,
I'll
hey, if you want to
sacrifice.
roll, I'm not gonna
No,
stop
no,
you.
no.
But also,
No, it's okay. We'll sacrifice today. Just
okay. So our standard array gives us 16, 14, 14, 13, 10, and 8. You can put those wherever you would like.
all right. So
Oh,
this
and
is where I have to ask the rest of everybody else. I have never made a ranger, right?
mm-hmm.
So where do we go from here?
Where do we go
I
from here?
assume that dex is very important. I
Yes.
assume that strength is very important. And I
Wisdom
assume the
also.
constitution and wisdom and constitution. Those are like the four that I assume are very important, right? So yeah, so um and I find it yeah, so I find it interesting to see. This is why I ask because I see everybody has different
Mm-hmm.
opinions too. It's like here um so so that's where I start playing around and trying to figure it out. So
Mm-hmm.
oh, it does. Look at you. I didn't even read it. How? I didn't even read it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
So
I yeah. There's the quick there's the information right there for hey, if you're just trying to make one quickly, here's some things that we would suggest to you, which is
that's so
so
neat.
neat.
Okay, so let's follow it then. So we put 16 in, so we would put the 16 right into the dex
Okay,
and a 14 into wisdom.
okay. You got another 14, a 13, and a 10, and an
And
8.
then so then it sounds like constitution is the next important, right?
That'll get you your health. Yeah.
Right? So I may look cool, but we don't want me to be real squishy.
So 14 for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we fall into this,
The area of like, what do I want to be my worst stat?
right. Like yeah, so like which one, right, exactly. Which one is the dump stat here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like and and yeah, but I'm friendly. I'm someone's
You're
friend.
friendly.
So charisma's hard for me.
Charisma is
I'm
also
a
intimidation, and you
And
are.
exactly. And
Yeah.
that's the other thing that I always struggle with is that so and that's I'm in is typically my dump stat when I'm playing characters like this, whether I something like, a barbarian, a fighter,
Mm-hmm.
typically something like that, which again I very rarely play. But and then strength, I don't really need a lot of strength as a ranger,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Because
And
your natural weapon can also be based off of dex. So,
a dex,
yeah.
exactly. And that's what I thought was really neat. So I think we're actually going to make strength my dump for this. So I think
Okay.
we're going to put 8 in strength.
8 in
And I
strength.
really think, yeah, so I think we're going to definitely put the 8 there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
13 and 10 life.
and then I think we're going to this could be an unpopular opinion, but we're going to put the 13 in charisma.
Okay. All right.
I think between intimidation
Mm-hmm.
being it being charisma, right?
Mm-hmm.
I find that to be really important, and I find that to be really important all the time. So that's why I never like to dump charisma in any character I use. So and then the 10 in int, because
Mm-hmm.
that kind of gives it like this baseline. Like a 10 isn't bad, it isn't good, right?
Yeah.
But
You're
you know,
average smart.
I'm just eh, so I'm rustic. I'm average. I'm not. I mean, I'm not a scholar. I'm not. I didn't wander around the world when not learn anything. Like so, it's pretty great.
Amazing. All right.
So,
Well, then, that's our stats.
all right. So we got some starting equipment. Oh boy,
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
This is our
Oh
last thing
man.
for this. You get to choose between scale mail and leather armor first.
Hmm. I think now I'm picturing what my character looks like
Mm-hmm.
because I know it kind of matters. And yeah, so
Are you
that's what I was saying. It's
feathered?
like,
That's a
am I
good question.
feathery?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good
And
question.
that's kind of where I'm trying to decide. It's like, am I feathery or am I like leathery? Because that's the thing that came to my brain. Not
Feathery
trying
or
to rhyme.
leathery?
That
Hey, there's
I
nothing
was
wrong with
not trying to
rhyming.
rhyme,
Nothing
but
wrong
I
with
did,
rhyming.
unfortunately. So yeah, so I'm not trying to rhyme, but I think we're gonna go with scale mail. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
be feathery, but I think scale mail is still gonna be important over
Yeah.
leather
Yeah.
in a way. I also like the concept of the short swords. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
thinking about how cool it will look.
Your flying
Uh,
minotaur
uh,
coming in with dual short swords.
shit. Or coming in with my claws. Like I don't know. This is gonna be real fun. I'm really
Yeah.
excited. about it here.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
then
then
Dungeoneers or Explorers pack.
so here's where I falter, right? I always forget what's in these things. So can you, for everyone else, because I
Mm-hmm.
know, click
Mm-hmm.
on that and it
Yeah.
shows everything that's inside it.
When you
Mm-hmm.
click on it, it just tells you what it is.
Fangirl,
Oh, what does the
another
crowbar do?
fangirl.
You click it, it
Yeah,
tells you
like
what it does.
again, another fangirl feature of Shard here. I love building my characters here if I'm playing in a game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most of my stuff's in person, but they have an app too, so it's like you can build it in that. I'm telling you, people, this is great.
It's so good.
So let's crowbar, hammer, rope.
And also just
Okay,
like the information on all of the equipment that like I just
right.
never had before. Oh, crowbars give me advantage on strength checks? Hey,
And what's cool
obviously,
about
but
so
you know.
so what's cool about that too is like, oh, that's an additional weapon just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
never know when you're going to need a crowbar,
You never know.
right? You never know. I'm taking a Dungeoneerings pack now because I just convinced myself that you
you
never
can
know when
you
you
never
need
know
a
when you're gonna need a
crowbar.
crowbar. Amazing. And then you also just get longbow and 20 arrows, a backpack and a bedroll, candles, traveler's clothes in a pouch, and 20 gold pieces. So
Wee.
everything
This
looking
is
good
great.
on
I
that.
love this. Um, this is so great. And you showed everybody kind of all the rolling things, but kind of if you're scrolling down, if you
Mm-hmm,
guys look,
mm-hmm.
what I thought was really cool is like all your notes are here.
They're all here.
Everything is here that gives you all the information that you need to remember what you need
Oh.
for each part of your character, right? And I love it. And no one has to try and read my messy handwriting, and I don't have to try and read my messy handwriting or erase and rewrite and try and fit it all in a box. So, which is always my problem. So, I love it. I'm telling you, don't Shard is phenomenal, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And if you missed the ad at the beginning because you were a late arriver, if you go to their website right now, they're having a sale.
They are having a sale. You can go get this right now.
You can get it right now.
You can get it right now.
Right now.
You can just go get it right now. I think what there's the link that Dot shared in the Twitch chat. I'll just throw it on over to the YouTube chat as well. You just go get it right now. You can go get it.
Get it
This
right
is
now.
so cool. This is so cool. This is I love this.
Yeah, and it's cool too because it has all these features. So if you like if you click on say like the traits, Kendo, if you click on like the traits section,
The trait
if you can
section.
find
Oh
it
yeah yeah
there,
yeah.
it's like it gives you all of the space for like it gives you the chance to fit. They're just drop boxes, type
Mm-hmm.
boxes,
Mm-hmm.
all of those things that, and you type in your values, your personality traits. All of those things are super simple to fill in.
Mm-hmm.
And there are session logs if you like to fill them in online. Like if you, it is so great.
This
Like
is
I can't stress it enough. And I know I sound like I'm selling you the product. That's my job,
that's
y'all.
my
Remember that.
job.
That's my job is to sell you products. But this is probably like one of the main VTTs that I like to use.
Yeah.
So if I have to use a VTT, and it's because the accessibility and the ease of use, and the team is so great. So and they're so easily like everything is so easily compatible, and they worked really hard to make your fifth edition stuff show up here for TOB. So they worked very hard, and they worked very hard to have it ready for us today. So, and it is, and it's ready, and it's moving, and it's working,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So, yeah,
This is. Oh, I'm gonna start using Shard more often because
you
this
should.
is really. I love just like the like all of the information where it's like oh Ranger Mystic Mark does 1d4 and then the little button that just it's bolded. You can click it and like oh haha I know exactly what I did. I'm rolling a lot of ones.
There's a way to track your luck points here, which is great
Mm-hmm.
too. Like, oh, I have them, I use them, I didn't use like, and it's phenomenal. Like it's just, oh, I have my hit points. Oh, here's my hit dice at the top. Oh, what? You can, if you're using it on the app, I think there's ways to like put things in there. I think, don't quote me because I'm not looking at the app and I can't fully remember. Um, yeah, yeah. So, uh, how said it's the UI is reactive and it scales. Yeah, mobile, tablet, or big screen. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's what I thought. And that's I use it on my phone all the time
There's a
if I'm
session
playing.
log where you can keep
Yes, that's what I
notes.
said. Yes, you
I'm
can keep
sorry. It
notes.
took it took me to see it to realize.
Yeah, it is this the team at Shard has worked so. Dot over here. You can export your character sheet as a PDF, y'all.
What?
Also, thank
What?
you for reminding me. It is, you can export your character sheet to a PDF. I almost forgot about that. And I can't, it is somewhere on here,
Oh, I
but
see it. I see
you
it. I
can.
see it. So in the
Mm-hmm.
top left here, when you
So
click
you
on the
export it to a
name,
PDF, you print it, and you take it with you,
character sheets,
right? If you need, if you're a paper person,
dark
but have
mode. There's a dark
bad
mode.
handwriting, like me, nobody needs to see that.
Yeah. Oh, this is. Oh, there are different. You can change
Oh,
the
the dark
character
mode's
sheet
real
style.
cool. Yeah,
This is ooh, ooh. I love
yeah.
this.
I encourage you all, if you have not looked or tried Shard, to make an account. It's free. Go look at it. Just go look at it. Poke around, play around, and then you can buy modules and use things, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
it's free to try it out and check it out if you haven't.
Oh, I'm reading. There's a share journal that'll allow you to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so like if you caught something, this is so funny too. If you caught something but your neighbor next to you didn't,
Mm-hmm.
and they shared it and they're like, "Oh, I remember the name of that bird that was doing that thing."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't. Look, I make my players give me a recap at the beginning of every session because I don't take the notes.
I don't see it.
I just prep the sessions and try and remember before I prep the sessions what we did last week. So,
This is so
yeah.
cool.
So,
Change.
oh, I didn't know you could share and trade inventories. That's really cool too.
What?
Gosh, there is so dot dot over here really hyping it up even more than I even knew. So there's
You can
I didn't
print it. You can add a token to it, and then printing it, you can then make it a PDF. Oh, this
yeah,
is so
yep.
nice.
Yeah, it is just, and like at the top too, there's all those quick links that bring you to the section
Mm-hmm.
on your character sheet, which was really cool. Um it is just beyond
Oh, search the
anything
web
like
for token trucks.
you're like now I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
the
I'm gonna
range.
add this to my tokens. Oh, I'm gonna do the ranger."
That's funny.
Oh boy. Search the web for tokens. Oh boy. Here we are. That's my character, y'all.
A big
A
truck.
ranger.
A
Big
flying
truck.
Ford
Big
Ranger.
flying Ford race. Big flying truck. Oh man, I can't even imagine. Well, we knew this was going to be a blast. That's for sure.
Oh my god, this is great. We're a little over time. You know the
Very, a
concept.
little bit.
But thank you all so much. This was so much fun. I mean, I'm making all of my Tales of Valiant characters in this now. This is great. Um,
You should. It's you all should check it out.
yeah.
Period.
Everybody, don't forget the keys to it on Shard Tabletop are on sale right now. We've got that link for it. I'm putting it in both of the chats again. If you're watching a VOD for this, if you're in time, you can. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me, Kim. This was a lot of
Of
fun.
course. This was a blast.
And we're gonna go on break really quick, everyone, and then the next thing that we have is something a little bit fun. We did a Tales of the Valiant staff play back in God, what was it, February, I think, and now you get to see a lot of us play TOV. It was actually my first time playing Tales of the Valiant, so I'm excited for you all to see that, and we will be back soon. All right, see y'all.
Bye guys.
Hello everyone and welcome to our Tales of the Valiant actual play part of Kobold Con. We've been doing a lot of internal play testing over the past year and some change. And since now the digital versions of Tales of the Valiant are out, including some of our awesome Valiant 6 pre-gen characters, we wanted to go ahead and bust these open and play a little bit for you guys. So we have a fun little quick one-shot that we're gonna put together today. But I am here with some wonderful people that we'll introduce in just a moment. But my name is Celeste Konowich, and I'm the lead game designer on Tales of the Valiant and going to be your game master today. But let's go down the table, starting with Wolfgang, and meet our players. So players, also introduce your characters. Which of the Valiant 6 are you going to be playing today?
Yes, all right. I'm Wolfgang Bauer, the founder at Kobold Press, and I am going to be playing Unthar Shaleheart today, a dwarf who just wanted to be a soldier until that fire elemental ruined everything, and now I'm a battle mage. It's like a soldier with magic.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, I'm T. Alexander Stangroom, I'm the COO of Kobold Press, and today I will be playing the Orc Mechanist, Hendrian Kasker, who is going to show people that just because you look brutish doesn't mean that you are brutish. Sometimes it's all about brain over rule.
Brutish or British?
Oh no, it's going to be that kind of game. All right, I've just learned that lesson.
Hi, I am Megan Markle, Senior Game Developer at Kobold Press, and I will be playing the Human Fighter Gada Zaid.
Hello everybody, my name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer, and I will be playing the Kobold Warlock, Zalbikar Andriotix, or Zal for short.
Fantastic. I can't wait for you all to dive into these characters. Like I said, we've been playing a lot of just Tales of the Valiant over, rounds and rounds and rounds of internal playtesting, but I think this is everybody's first time playing these specific pre-gen characters, right? So we're doing it. We're doing it right here in front of you. So breaking these open, these are the exact characters that you can actually go and download right now to get started playing Tales of the Valiant. So let's meet our characters and dive into some action, shall we? Yeah. All right. As our story begins, you all find yourselves feeling groggy, and it's hard to see exactly where you are as you're kind of coming to and getting the sense everything around you is very dark, and you're feeling this motion, almost like you're on a ship of some kind. And as these details are starting to filter in and coming to you, you realize that you're all trapped really close together. You can feel kind of your companions around you, and as those of you who have senses that allow you to see in the dark, you begin to realize that there are the outline of these metal bars all around you, and you are crammed in some sort of swinging cage that seems to be suspended from the ceiling. But that's just where we are in time, because let's jump back a little bit to exactly
How did we get here?
How did we get here? So, flashing back in time, as we see our Valiant 6, the heroes of this land, strolling boldly down a country road, having successfully come from one of your latest missions. Let's get some descriptions of you at your full, glorious, victorious state walking down here. So, Wolfgang, what do we see of our friend Unthar?
Unthar Shaleheart, a dwarf in red robes, filled with fire, his beard giving off sparks, and a salamander lizard familiar.
Very cool. And standing next to Unthar.
Standing next to, but certainly towering above,
Yes.
is the 6'4" Hendrian Kasker, an enormous burly orc. You can hear him as he walks down. He's got so many different tools,
Yes.
a various types clanging at his belt, an enormous crossbow and shield across his back. But perhaps most noticeable is the form-fitting armor that he's wearing, which is slowly moving, images of cogs just rotating and coruscating across the full body of it. And perched on his shoulder is a small little blue plasma thing that he keeps talking to.
Very cool. And of course, next to them, also very tall, I believe. Right? These character sheets, I was like, whoa, this is a very impressive looking party.
Not quite as
Not quite as tall as 6'4". All right.
not quite that tall, but still pretty well built, pretty tall. Gada standing next to her half-orc companion here. She's. Oh, you're full of.
Orc. Yes, Tails the Valiant Orc is the lineage. No half-orcs.
Yeah, so she's relatively muscled, and she's like, you know what? This is. I've got everybody is talking to something else. So.
We all have pets.
We all have pets.
I'm gonna check, make sure I got all my weapons and stuff as we're like valiantly strolling through. You know.
Wind, blowing through your hair,
checks
just
out.
cutting a dramatic silhouette against the blue sky.
I mean, I have to. Everyone else has got a little buddy with them.
Right,
so,
right.
You know, my little buddies are my 2X.
Yes, of course. Of course. What are their names? Just.
Vlahagentor and Bob.
I like
There's definitely a story there. I'm not sure on which one. So whispering to your hand axes as the rest of the party is, and our final member of the Valiant.
Definitely shorter than everyone else, much smaller, slightly.
But just more grounded.
Yeah, just a little bit more
Yeah.
grounded. Rust-colored scales, covered in what is primarily sackcloth robes that have been patched together, bundled, hiding scrolls and files
Yes.
and things underneath.
Many secrets in those
Many
robes.
secrets. Zal is keeping a little marching beat for us on his little drum as we march along. And I think kind of just flying nearby around, not specifically talking just to me, because it'd be rude if I would walk amongst the group and talking to my little friend, Zephelix, my pseudo-dragon familiar, kind of flies around, I think kind of swirling to the rhythm of the drum as we march alongside with my fellow companions.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we only have 4 players here today, but there are 6. You are called the Valiant 6. So you do have your 2 other companions currently with you. So we have a human cleric. You can see she is dressed in silver and green and carries a very large scythe. That is our friend, let me make sure I'm getting these names right, Sino. And then next to her we have Ellison, who is our elven rogue, who's, somehow managing to be shady despite it being a full sunny day, just creeping in the back here. All right, so as you all are walking down, let's figure out a little bit about whatever the successful mission was that you just went on. So, Kendo, tell me a little bit about this. Who hired you on this last mission?
Now, if Zal's remembering,
Yes, of course, yeah.
I
Reach back in the annals of time. Yeah.
Reaching back to the annals of time, I remember us being in the room of a very rich merchant.
Yeah.
I think they were a
Yeah.
dwarf, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
He called himself Lord.
So bad with names, I guess.
So
yeah,
I almost called them Lord Jezebel. Yeah. You know what? No, I'm rolling with it. I'm pretty sure it was Lord Jezebel.
Yeah.
Fork knife?
Yeah, fork
the
knife.
third?
Of the fork knife.
Of the fork knife.
Of course. Yeah, and Megan, why don't you tell me, what was it exactly that Lord Jezebel asked you to do?
Well, he's a rich merchant, so he really wanted a specific item. And, I really don't handle the details of carrying things like that.
Right.
I just hit the thing that's between me and that object, but he sent us off to go gather something.
Okay, yeah, so gather an important, something perhaps of great value to the Fork Knife clan.
Yeah, to him, it didn't look that impressive to me. I can't even recall what it was.
More
It was
of a
so
family
unimpressive.
heirloom.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Alexander, tell me something that went horribly wrong during this mission. Just one moment where you're almost didn't make it there.
So, obviously, Lord Jezebel Forkknife is one of the guild masters of the Cutler's Guild.
Yes, of course.
And we were sent to go and get the adamantine tools with which his great-grandfather founded the guild and created the first knives and forks from which they get their name.
Yes,
That's
they
right. And
invented
you wouldn't let me turn that into a weapon. That's
No,
what
I
that
wouldn't.
was. I remember it. Yeah.
And one of the problems that we principally had is that when I found them, there was a curse on the box.
Oh, no.
And for someone for whom tools and manufacturing is so important, the curse was the ancient spirit of the principal maker of this, which then possessed me because I wanted these so much.
Yes.
And then the party were forced to deal with well, me.
Yeah. Bad time. So it was a little sketchy there for a while, but in the end it worked out all right. And
How'd you draw?
you were able to retrieve this thing. And Wolfgang, why don't you tell me a little? What was some extra reward or boon that Lord Forkknife granted you? Because he was so grateful that you were able to retrieve this family heirloom.
Lord Forkknife, his family and my family, the Shaleheart family, are not exactly rivals, not exactly friends, and for a long
Frenemies, one
frenemies. For a long time, I've been trying to figure out the Forkknife secret of tempering, a secret of crafting, a wizardly bit that they put into their cutlery, and I could never get it. But not only did we bring him his ancestral adamantine items, I mean, we suffered grievously in the attempt.
Grievously. Especially your Methodist friend, who you had to soundly be cursed.
Cursed by his ancestor.
So after we burned the possession out of him and clobbered him and the spirit was driven away, Lord Forkknife said, you shall have the secret of fire cutlery.
Yes, make sure you mark that on your sheet that you know that secret. You never know. You never
It cooks
know.
food as you use it.
What a blessing, what a blessing. So obviously all of you are celebrating that victory in this moment, right? Feeling pretty bad as you're walking up like, yes, we've done it again, the Valiant Six. What's next, world? When you had begun to hear this strange, almost like the sound of gears or something like clanging around you, and as you're looking up at this like blue sky, beautiful day, all of a sudden this haze kind of rolled in here, and as this like mechanical grinding shrieking sound that happened, and this wave of acrid smoke had come into your face, the world had gone dark, and here we are back in time. Now suspended in a cage, all of you at this moment, hanging from a ceiling in this pitch dark room, and as you're kind of getting your bearings here, who here can see in the dark? All right, so our poor human fighter is what's happening? What's happening?
Clanging and acrid smoke.
What?
Hindred, what'd you do?
There's just I haven't had a headache like this since I was an undergrad.
Yeah. Oh, Mechanist School, they party hardy. Yeah, so as you are looking around, those of you who can see, you appear to be in pretty much a featureless room that has these like metal panels all over the walls, and you can kind of see down below you because again you're suspended probably about at least a 10-foot drop down to where the floor is, and you're hanging about 10 feet from the ceiling here. There are these very basic like gateways that lead in and out of here, but other than that there's no furniture, nothing else really going on in this space. When you all hear a beep, 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 and a whoop sound as like that door begins to move again, and shooting out of this gateway is this small metallic creature that's kind of shaped like a crescent moon, but has like one little eyeball that seems to like glitch and move around. And even you, who can't see in the dark at this point, you can see this like pinpoint of light on this thing as it flies up into the air and like lands right in front, so it's kind of eye level with you all as you're like swinging and trying to get your bearings in this cage. And then there's a flickering, and you see an illusory version of a small goblin, someone who looks very familiar as they're starting to look closer and closer at him. He's like dressed in heavy armor, also carrying a bunch of tools, belts, looking a little similar actually to our own Mechanist friend. And in this squeaky little voice out of the hologram, you see comes, "Good morning, Valiant 6, or should I say Valiant 4. You are once again in my clutches, and this time there's no chance of escape. I've already taken your companions to keep my pets entertained, but don't you worry, I'm sure they'll soon be dead, and my guards will bring the next one of you to my workshop for a little fun. Don't mess with Beetlebrax, the brass boss!" And there's and it goes out, and this little thing like flies off and away. And wouldn't you know it, Beetlebrax, this guy who you have dealt with before. Each one of you, does somebody have a story of the last time you soundly trounced this individual who just keeps coming back?
So,
if there's anything I know about Beetleborgs, he loves monologuing.
Really does.
And it's so every single time.
kind of
It's almost like every single time he gets close to defeating us,
Yeah.
he just starts monologuing, and then it's like just the perfect opening,
Yeah.
Well,
right?
that's when Vlahagentor says hi.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
throw your axe, and then it's in his chest, and he's like, "Oh no, why?" And it's the same song and dance every
Yeah,
time.
to his credit, at least this time he seems to have sent a messenger to do his monologue for
He's
him.
getting a little smarter,
He's getting
A little
He's
smarter.
getting smarter.
but not much smarter.
Not much smarter.
Though it does now occur to you after reviewing the information, as you're looking around in the cage, you do in fact see that two of your companions are indeed missing. Your friend Sino and your rogue friend are not in the cage with you.
You know what? It was smart to take the elf.
Yes.
Right? He could have broken us up.
Yeah, no, that was my first
Took
thought.
the lockpicker.
I mean, I'm right here.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Look at
you're.
the tools.
My stuff.
Yeah, like you're here, but you know.
Can you do anything with this lock?
Yes, of course. If it was made by Beetleborgs, it's probably shoddy work.
Oh yeah, because you and Beetleborgs have quite the history, right, Henriette?
Yes, unfortunately, he and I were at school together, where we were doing a mechanist training. He is a cur and a blackguard, and he's just bad.
Yeah.
He would cheat. Unfortunately, he's from a very good family, and any misbehavior would be smoothed over by generous donation to the school. Any normal person would have been expelled years before, but he thinks I'm his nemesis, and I'm not.
You're not his nemesis.
I'm not his nemesis.
It's a one-way street.
It's a bit embarrassing, really. But unfortunately, the rest of the Valiant Six just keep getting dragged into his obsession with me again and again.
And so here you are, swinging in a cage now in a completely dark room in what appears to be some kind of underground silo.
Did he at least take our equipment away, or has he just left us?
You have your equipment on
Oh, man.
at this point.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
He seems to have really focused on taking 2 of the 6 of you. You know, last time he tried to take your equipment, it didn't really make much of a difference, it seems like.
So I will go into my pack, or rather sort of the tool belt at my waist, and I will get the thieves' tools that I always carry with
Right.
me.
Are we like in a pile together, or do we
Yes,
have
you're in a cave that is definitely too small for 4 large people and the kobold to be in together. So yeah, you're kind of.
So as Henriette's moving, we're like, oh, no,
And it's
gosh,
also
no.
swinging. So with every move, you're like, well, this is definitely giving me seasickness, if
Right.
nothing else.
So like moving around, trying to sort of rotate around to get to the lock.
Yeah.
I would like to attempt to unlock the.
All right, so let's go ahead. Our first roll of the game. So you are making a
Make it count.
dexterity ability check with thieves' tools. So
I'm very good at this.
I
So as
am
well
so
as
ready.
having
Wait.
expertise. Oh,
Kendo.
Can I give you guidance?
I would love
Yeah.
guidance.
As
is
you
your
go to do it,
guidance?
I say that one. Oh yeah. As you start to go mess with the lock, I try to wriggle my arm around to get to you to be able to touch. I think it's like just like the outer part of your like calf, and just go. You got it.
So what is that doing?
Well, let's just see what it says in the notes here.
It's a D4 on that.
Yeah, so just a D4.
So because I'm a mechanist and very good, not only do I have expertise, but I'm also rolling with advantage. So
Yes, with your tools.
this is very good. So,
Master of tools.
so 6, 24, that'd be a 28, and I'll roll with advantage. That's still a 28.
All right, how does this lock iron just explode? Because you picked it so well, it's like it wasn't even there.
I have a feeling that I put the picks in, and then it just pushes open because it hasn't
Actually locked it. He forgot to lock it. Oh man, poor Beetle.
How do you make that look so easy?
It's so easy every time.
It's almost like I didn't do anything.
So you managed to like creak open this door. So now you're also moving, and there's an open side of this. So there is definitely some. Actually, everybody, let's go ahead and make a dexterity save as the swinging cage is now open. Oh, Oompa, that doesn't sound
So that's about 4.
good. Oh, cool.
Push!
20.
All right, you're fine. You're like, listen, there's so much traffic, I can't even possibly
20 for me.
Okay, great. And our poor fighter friend.
9.
Wonderful. So, Hendrin, you swing open the door, you're like, ready, and kind of step back probably to, for your companions, and immediately, of course, your fighter and your wizard just fall onto the floor. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some falling damage here to fall down 10 feet. So that's 3 bludgeoning damage toward your friends as you tumble unceremoniously out of this hanging cage onto a steel
I still
floor.
can't see, so I don't even know what happened. There was just
All of a sudden.
swinging. There was a foot in my face, and now I'm on the floor, and a dwarf lands on me. Like it's an interesting start.
Not a very valiant beginning to this mission so far.
Well, I can't see, so obviously it doesn't look bad.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Not embarrassed at all.
Right.
Could any of the spellcasters bring some light?
What? Oh, I suppose I can cast.
You're a fire mage. Or so he said.
Cantrip. I'm firebolting things. I'm like, well, the door is that way, fighter.
There you
Shoot
go.
a firebolt that
There
way.
you go.
The cage is up over there.
Yeah, a lot of fireworks just kind of going off. Very
Fireworks.
dramatic.
Following the fireworks
Yeah.
to the door.
So those of you who did stay in the cage, how are you getting down safely?
Is the drone still in the room with
So
us?
the drone went
Okay, so
right back out of
okay.
those. That seems to be that one set of gates at the bottom.
So we're marking that set of gates.
Yeah, as potentially important. Yes.
So, because I'm a fairly big lad, I'm going to sort of take hold of the lower rungs and sort of lower myself down as long as I can, which actually is then only a couple of feet.
Yeah,
Drop.
yeah.
But
Okay.
I will maintain that hold. Zal, you can just climb down here with nothing. So.
Oh, thanks. And I just climb on
Like
Hendrin's
you've done it
back.
100 times before.
Sometimes without asking, usually.
Yeah, sometimes I get thrown, sometimes you get this
you know.
ladder, right? But you all are now on the ground. Some of you dusting yourselves off, maybe a little scraped knee, but you know what, that's fine. And you do have these several options for doors, including, yes, absolutely, that set of doors that you did track, that little robot thing, or whatever that was.
So it went through that.
Silver boomerang.
No, exactly.
Is it the same one that it came out of?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good. Making sure.
Well, knowing that Beetlebrox is not clever about, mazes and passages, he's probably behind that door.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, those 2 doors probably don't even work.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah, okay.
March on over there.
Yes.
Give them a little kick. I'll
Yeah.
leave them locked.
So, it is one of those doors that it's 2 that seem to just slide, and there isn't like a lock or anything on them, so it looks like you're gonna have to brute strength them open.
Undra, if you could just let me have a look at things before you kick them.
Oh, right. This is really your department.
I just in case there's a trap.
A trap?
A trap!
I just kicked it. There's no trap.
I don't think he's smart enough to make traps.
I know.
Or like good ones.
But on the possibility that he's hired somebody competent. So I would like to, before we brute force these open, just check to see if there's any sort of trick.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and give me a
Investigation.
investigation. Yeah, that works for me.
That is not bad. That is a 23.
Okay, so as you're looking at these doors, symbols here, it does seem that there is some kind of mechanism, you think, like on the sides of these doors. There's something that is allowing them to open and close, and you get the feeling that if you do force these doors, there could potentially be some backlash, especially if you do it in such a way that like breaks whatever this mechanism is.
Right. Okay. Do I think that I will be able to gain access to the mechanism to try and stop that from happening?
Yes, you do see that the doors are on these sliders, so potentially if you can maybe like push the door off or just so, there is something you can do. So if you want to go ahead and try to get a crack at it with those thieves tools again to disable it, you're more than welcome to try.
Hey, I believe in you.
Aww, this party is so friendship!
24.
I don't think you've gotten below a 20. Adrian is just stomping through this encounter. So yes, you are easily like, okay, no worry. It's like taking a closet, off that one
Yes.
little roller. You're like, we'll just push it back. Yep, that'll do it. And then you're in a really good position already now to just shove these things.
Beatbox is, for all his grandeur, not a very good mechanism. So I'm assuming it's like the equivalent of a bucket above a door. Like, that's the level.
Nice of you. It's stinky. So yeah, you can easily slide these open, and you see a long hallway that stretches out in front of you here. And this section is lit. You can see that there are these little glowing arcane lights on the walls here. It is still basically like a steel just box that you're in. You haven't seen a window or any indication now, like where exactly you are at this point.
Now, Jim, obviously there was a swinging motion while we were in the cage.
Yes.
It was suspended.
Yes.
Is that movement still happening?
No, this is very stable. So wherever you are, you're not like on a ship or something. That just seemed to be a little bit of fun from this cage that was going on here. And of course, in a predictable way, there is just one way to go. One door at the end of this hallway, and it seems to be just more of a normal door. You can hear more metallic clang sounds coming from whatever that far door
I
is.
could go kick that door.
You could do a lot of things.
But why don't you do that thing you just
I'll just have a look in case there's more
Check, just
Yeah.
see.
So I'm going to examine the corridor and the door to make sure we're not doing anything.
Absolutely.
That is still an 18, 19.
You're like, no, absolutely not. This is fine. You didn't even lock this one. How could you have ever have escaped the cage? You know, why would you even need security?
So true.
The noise, the clang.
Oh, yes.
Does it sound like a piece of machinery? Does it sound like somebody working?
It does. So as you get closer to this door now, there is like a rhythmic thump, 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 thump. So some kind of like gear work something at a regular cadence is happening. But now that you're closer to it, you hear like different punctuated sounds coming through, like the clanging of steel, and then, like there's a sharp like "Ugh!" that comes from like the other side of the door. So there's definitely something else going on, but a lot of that, whatever that rhythmic machine is, kind of blocking out the specific details of whatever's happening in that room.
I would ready yourself. Don't forget, Beetlebrooks has a tendency to make ostentatious death traps.
Was that the sound of a person we just heard, or?
Might be.
Could be.
It's hard to tell. Other than thump, 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 it's almost like a club thing. Like, what is going on in here?
I have a proposition. We know that he's not very smart, and typically, if there are other people like this, sometimes he hires people, they also aren't very smart. I could disguise myself as him, and I can be like, oh, I'm bringing these prisoners to where we're supposed to be going.
I can pretend to be wearing cuffs as we go through. Nobody would see through that.
Nobody would see through that.
Yes. Clear, winning deception. Alright, so are you using a...
Yes, so I'm going to be using disguise self. And we're about the same size anyway, so I don't have to wear
As
it.
Goblin, Kobold, approximately the same size. And you're not the true scale version of the Kobold, right? You're the standard.
Yes, I believe I'm just the standard size Kobold.
Because we do have two variations for the Kobold lineage in the skin. The true scale is a little bit beefier, bigger, so they don't get quite that same agility, but they do have some heat resistances and such. But
Yep, okay. So yes, I will be burning a spell slot to make myself look like our good friend, Brox.
well, any flavor on those spells, as we're watching you get expending a whole spell slot.
Yeah, so I think what it is from underneath my robe, I take out like a couple of vials that I'm kind of, and they're like dark murky, like Icarish like things with like little bits of components inside of it that I just like, I pop out, I take, and like the moment I pop it, it's like the most rancid, disgusting smelling.
Magic glue.
Yeah, it's just like a, delicious, and then I just pour it on myself.
At least you'll smell like him.
And then as it like drips down, like it just starts taking on the form of it's Beetlebrox, right?
Beetlebrox,
Okay.
yes.
Beetlebrox.
So your form begins to shift as your beautiful scales become kind of a muddy green color, and you like stoop over a little bit, and your cool robes start becoming just like lots of different plate and metal as you assume the form of your not so arch villain friend Theobrox here. Yes, so you are a perfect imitation of this individual.
Perfect. And then I'm gonna have I'll just telepathically to Zephy, which is the shortened name of Zephylix, to just like stay inside my clothing until
hide in one of the many tool pouches that you have.
Exactly.
An excessive number of tool belts that probably not functional, but they look so cool.
Yeah.
So your pseudo dragon tucks inside. Any other preparations we're making before we step through this door?
I will use rope to halfway, like, loosely tie all of our hands together.
Okay, so you can find each other. That's nice. Oh, and then also prisoners, right?
Yes, we have to.
All right. Why don't you all give me a performance check as we're trying to really sell the show.
Now, could I do
take it with
deception?
advantage. Oh, deception. Yes, I would take it with deception.
I'll take that advantage.
Yeah, with advantage. You currently look like your host. Oh dear.
So that is a 9 plus 6. That's still a 15.
Okay, that's solid. There you go. All right, you're how did the rest of us do on this performance? Kicking and fire. Oh, I know.
About a 2.
Oh, a 2. Okay. Very convincing. What are you doing that is so convincing?
Probably still throwing sparks from my beard and scratching and forgetting I'm supposed to.
Right. You're like, oh wait, my stuff. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah.
Right, I'm tired.
Good. The rest of you?
I got a 10.
Okay.
Which
that's solid.
just to stand there. And the thing I'm struggling with is that because Zal has done such a great job looking like Velox, I want to say things. I'm trying to
fighting the urge to roll your eyes and yep, absolutely. How's our fighter doing?
I actually got a 17.
All right, you're blending into the wind.
I'm like,
the other two chumps. What are they doing?
Don't leave me to
The
be
role of your
alone.
lifetime. We're selling it as you open this door.
Yes. I walk in, I try to make sure to have like a semi-commanding...
This is your super villain base.
Exactly.
Yeah, you own this place.
Exactly.
So as you open up this door, and just the chaos immediately hits you, you're like, okay. As you're looking around, a very, very large room here that's filled with all kinds of like generally industrial-looking machines and pipes all around the outside edge. And as you step in, you see that there are a bunch of those crescent-shaped little, like, robot things that came through that are, like, whizzing through the air at this point, seemingly around the center action that is happening here. As you see this huge creature, completely covered in like metal panels, with 3 different like sculpted heads. One a goat-like head, a dragon head, and then a lion head. This like mechanic chimera is currently chasing around your rogue friend, and you see just this great paw come down and smash into Ellison as his body skates across the floor and hits one wall here. And as you all step in and like, you see a couple of these little machine things like turn their blinking eyes towards you and seem to be waiting for something.
Hello, my creations. Stop that thing. I'm done. This is boring now for me.
And the two like they just turn their eyes towards each other, and you hear like this very bizarre sound. Do any of you speak machine speech? Maybe Hendrian, do you have?
I'm not according to my character sheet, but I'm sure I picked up a couple
You've
of
heard
bits.
it. You've probably heard it before. Like this is a language that is specific to constructs and almost impossible for creatures of flesh and bone to actually speak or understand because of the rate at which it's like spoken.
Construct wasn't my major.
Yeah,
So,
you were more of the tools. What was your major actually? Let's learn about the Valiant Six right while we're here.
I focused on being a metallurgist.
Yeah.
Primarily, it allows me to change certain metal objects into others, and I focused all my attention on the fact, alluded to what I was wearing. So I can pick a magical armor or mundane armor and change it into a form-fitting. It's not iron, but it.
Mystic metal.
that will allow you to use gauntlets to fight and allow you to shrug off other kinds of energy damage. But it also doesn't impede the way I move.
Yes. Yeah, very cool. So that was really your major. This nonsense, making clockwork things, that was really more Beetle's thing. As you are seeing, actually this rather impressive seeing clockwork chimera is currently, dominating your two allies at this moment here. Those two little machine creatures speak and then turn their attention back to you. I would like you to make me some kind of check to try to convince these things. I'll take a persuasion, intimidation, deception.
Yeah, I'll do deception and persuasion. I have +6 in. I wonder if in this moment can I message Hendrian and ask?
Yeah, with your cantrip.
Yeah. I'll message Hendrian and ask, is there anything that constructs like react better to? Is there like a clicking noise or something that I gotta do?
Long walks on the beach.
And I will whisper back. I am sure because of Beetle Rocks they are used to nothing but derision. Don't be nice to them. He doesn't talk to his creations that way.
Why are you looking at me like that? I gave you an order! Stop that chimera! I have no things to torture this elf with. And I couldn't be bothered to stop it myself, because that's your job.
Alright, go ahead and give me that check.
I'll do...
It sounds like that could be either deception or intimidation.
I'll do deception.
Alright.
7 + 6, that's a 13.
Okay, so these creatures, they take a really long time to look at you. They don't appear to have eyelids or like other features, so it's just kind of you staring at them in this poker moment that lasts way too long as your companion is like sliding over there, going on in the background. And eventually these things like kind of make a click sound, and they sort of skirt off to the sides of the room and click at a bunch of the other ones, and you see a couple that are floating near the chimera start to like kind of ram into it, like gently at first, like a hey buddy, stop, like
hey, come on.
And at this point you see like sparks that start coming off of the chimera, and there's like this grinding, like horrendous sound, and just like steam starts coming out of its heads in a way that makes it look scarier than it somehow did before. And those machines fly back from it and and they seem to be panicking now as they're up above. This chimera seems to have gone rogue. Let's roll some initiative, shall we?
Build anything.
It's going so well.
You've done well. You've convinced the little guys not to fight you, but there's still a big problem in this room. Oh, Beetlebrox, he just can't even control his own chimera. What are we gonna do? Alright, hit me with those numbers.
I got an 18.
An 18. Alright, 18 for Zal.
5.
And a 5 for Untha.
You should change your die.
Yeah, considering you fell out of a cage, that seems right. And 5.
16.
A 16. Alright, for Hendrian. And then for our fighter friends.
17 for Gato.
Alright, got me 17. And there we go. Did you want to roll separately for your pseudo dragon? I believe it actually has its own turn initiative.
Yes.
And since you have Pact of the Chain, it can actually attack as well.
Okay, awesome. So its dex is 2, so it got a 9.
Okay. And you said Zaffy?
Zeffy.
Zeffy, cute. Hope Zeffy doesn't die.
I also. Okay, wow.
Ready for combat!
I didn't really think that was, gonna happen.
My general rule is if you use them in combat, I can target them in combat.
Yeah, no, that's
pets,
fair.
companions, mounts, the whole 9 yards.
No, that's fair.
Yep. Alright, so, oh no, my chimera just killed that roll, so what are we gonna do to you?
Oh, no.
Yay! So, again, looking at this scene, there are probably about 10 of now these little, like, croissant-shaped things that are just like talking up here, floating around, and you see a bunch bunch of them actually are like shooting down to try and get to the set of doors on the other side, and they're just kind of bouncing off a little bit like moths, just sort of hitting a light bulb on the other side. So they're clearly panicking, trying to get out. And this chimera now has officially kicked over your elf rogue, who seems to be unconscious now at this point against one wall. You do not see your cleric friend anywhere in this space right now, which is perhaps concerning. But this chimera, now that its toy is unconscious and it's no longer moving, it does that cat thing where it's like sitting there, nope. And 3 of these heads turn your way. The dragon head in particular swinging through the middle, the loudest, the biggest of them all. You see its horns turn on you as it lets loose this breath of fire towards you all. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Save the rope.
Save the rope.
Save the rope. We
Don't
need
let it
the rope.
burn.
It's between all of us.
20, great.
21.
Great.
Also 20.
Wow.
21 as well.
Fire? Ah.
You're conspiring against me. You're too valiant.
The dice is right here.
All right.
We all hold 19.
Yes, it's just our modifiers that differ.
How did we manage this?
Okay, all right. Now I'm afraid. Okay, well that's fine. You're still gonna take half damage.
All right, fair enough.
Sure.
Yeah, gotcha. So okay, so that will be 18 fire damage. Half. So that was a big ol' roll.
Oh,
Sorry, that was 18 down to 9 or
So it was no 36.
36 down to 18.
Oh, 36 down to 18. Ooh,
I did that for you. You're welcome.
that would have been bad.
You're welcome.
So as the fire waves over Hendrin, the color of his armor changes reactively, and it flares red. So now it's taken on this bright red sheen. But because of that, he has resisted double his intelligence modifier for fire, and will be resistant to that for 1 minute.
And that is one of your augment effects, right?
That's
That
one of
you
my
get as a
augment
mechanist?
effects. Yes,
Cool.
so I have chosen to put that on my armor. So.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so augments in this game are things that basically mechanists can do to any objects, and since you already have that mystic metal, that is specifically one you get with that subclass to be able to resist that damage. And probably a very good call for this fight, considering that dragon head is still just right there. It breathes this massive amount of fire, and as this is happening to you, hear that click, click, click sound just before, as clearly some internal mechanism is allowing this thing to recreate a fire breath. And then, of course, it's going to come bounding over you, cat-like, again, carrying on its little lion paws, as it springs to loom far ahead over you all. So, yeah, that is Orchid. Yep, 2 claw attacks as well. Megan, you made these so mean.
Hey,
This
whoa.
is super fun for me. Megan,
Don't tell anybody at the table that I was responsible for
This
this.
was Megan's
Hey, Megan.
fault.
Hey,
Claw,
Megan.
claw. So I get 2 claw attacks as well as getting a fire breath. Welcome to Tales of the Valiant. We've got teeth.
Can I use my reaction to last stand? Is that a...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna spin.
Tell us what that is for the audience.
Oh,
it's
yes.
a new fighter.
That's right, audience. So last stand, when I take damage, when I take damage that would reduce me below half, I can use a reaction to spend a hit die up to my proficiency bonus. So proficiency bonus is 2, so I'm gonna spend 2 hit die right now.
Right. So using it in response to taking damage from the fire.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So it becomes a reaction, and then I regain that amount plus my con modifier. So
Seems like a good idea.
let's see what we get. 11 plus 2, so 13 back. All right.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
What does that look? Because I imagine Last Stand is that moment, right, in a dramatic fight where your hero manages to get back up. So what is the dramatic action we see as you're?
I think I'm so worried about my rope
Yeah.
that I'm like grabbing
Really
it
into this
frantically, and I'm like taking the brunt of the fire breath on my shoulder to be like, no, not my rope.
Was this a special rope given to you by a friend, or what's
No.
the story with
We
this
don't know
rope?
where we are. It's the only coil of rope we
Yes.
have. Rope is very useful.
It is really, really important. Okay, yeah, protect the rope, no matter what. Yes. So, and you're thinking that as one of these claws comes down right for your face. So, there we go. 17, will that hit you?
No.
All right, so you managed to deflect that blow, and then we're gonna get another claw to
randomness.
Alright, Wolfgang, so coming into our dear friend Gunther.
Yes, well, the mage armor isn't much, but it's all I've got.
Will a 16 hit you?
Yes, it will.
So that claw, you're like, my mage armor, surely pronk, as like this big claw comes down on you here, swiping you for 7, 9 hit slashing damage.
Exactly 0 is where that leaves.
Oh no.
Deep. Alright, so you fall unconscious on the ground as this happens. And then that is our Chimera's turn, thank goodness, as you see Uther goes down. Zal, we come to you.
Okay, well, so I imagine the Chimera is like right on us right now.
Because you all are tied, literally tied
Okay.
together. So it's looming up over you, these 3 heads, just intently focused.
Amazing, and by amazing I mean terrifying.
Amazing, I'm having a bad time, really bad time.
So, can I use my action to? Can I make a medicine check to potentially
To
stabilize?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
You can go ahead and
okay.
try and stabilize your friend.
Now, I might not be very good at this, being have a 0.
Okay, you only need a 10.
Only need a 10.
Only need a 10.
Oh. Well, that was an 8.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you run over. What does this terrible first aid look like?
It's
really bad.
I think it's me fumbling through the fake armor into the
Where did I
illusion.
put it?
Yeah, and I'm like I'm looking for one of the things, and I'm like
You're finding out wrenches, like
it's
just
like,
so many.
oh
Like,
no,
why would I ever need this
scrolls.
many wrenches? So over Uther, who's bleeding from
Yeah, and,
deep claw slashes across the body.
yeah.
Oh.
And then after not being able to find anything,
Yes.
I assumed that like we were like that was close enough that I didn't have to make any movement.
No, you were able to.
Okay.
Yeah. Right
So,
next to you.
and I assume if I try to move away,
You
I will be
now
taking.
opportunity attack. Yes.
Well, luckily for me, the Kobold has Scurry. Use a bonus action to move 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks or triggering traps or hazards that I'm aware of.
Fantastic. So scurry away.
So after like fumbling around with stuff and not being able to find it, I think there's just like a sorry, and then like a scampering on all 4.
I tried. The valiant spits. And you're like, as you scurry away.
But Kento, you failed your medicine check.
But not on ability checks. Don't generate luck points.
It's
So luck is generated on failed attacks and failed saving for those.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I scurry away the 10 feet away from the Chimera, and then I'm going to take the rest of my 30 feet of movement. I'm going to move towards our elf friend, where they're currently unconscious.
Yeah. Did try some more really great first aid on that.
Well, I already used my action,
Yes.
so it's now it's like where on me is it?
Alright, focus on just get my bag in order. Got it, we come to you.
All right. Well, I've got a chimera-ish thing in my face. So I think that means that it needs to be introduced to my longsword.
Yep. Whose name is? You name Longsword too? Is this
That's a lot of pressure.
Okay. Oh no. Yeah. You're still getting to know each other.
Yeah, it's a new longsword.
Right. Yeah.
We had to celebrate our recent success.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you're still meeting. Yeah. The unnamed, to be named.
Yeah. If it does a great job, it might be Chimera Slayer or Construct Slayer or Gear Eater. I don't know.
Gear Breaker?
Well, let's see
Gear
how it do.
Breaker. I like that. All right. Let's see if it can earn that name. All right. So I am going to two-hand my longsword because it is versatile and I don't have my shield out yet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make an attack roll here. And let's see, 12 and 6 is 18.
18. Yes, that will hit.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
So we've got our D10 for damage is a 3 plus 4, so 7.
Yeah.
And did I want to do a fun little, well, it's a chimera. I can't really disarm it of its claws.
True. Well, it's a metal chimera, so perhaps I would let you do it.
Oh, all right, okay. So then, yeah, I guess I want to find a way because if I could try to disarm, and maybe find a way, like hit a mechanism on its paw to like, you know, mess with its claws or something, right?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, do I have to make a save?
I have to make an attack roll.
Okay.
To see if I actually like hit
So this
it.
is, one of your weapon options. You're using your bonus action as your fighter to be able to do that. Cool.
Bonus action to disarm. So 15, and then my normal attack bonus is 6, so that's 21.
Oh god, yeah, alright.
And then it does have to make a save or drop its weapon, which I guess in this case is whatever you decide. And the save on it is 2 plus 4 is 6, and 8 is 14.
Alright, that is a miserable failure. So I think at this point, maybe you even cut off part of one of its paws. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate one of its claw attacks. So it can only ever make one on that turn. So what does it look like? What exactly? Are you just slicing out the nail? You like jamming, smashing the mechanism? How are you disarming
I think because I've two-handed it, I did like one big slash across the right across the lion's mane area, and then coming back up, and I'm taking like 3 of the little claw toes off as I'm coming back up.
Yeah, you're like, right, those important ones that's still stained with Uther's blood, so it feels extra satisfying as you're like, clip away, and these nails like go flying, and they're all about the size of daggers, so you hear like, like on the ground, you're like, so again, so the Chimera will not be able to use both claw attacks on its turns moving forward, so well done and well needed. Anything else for you, Gotham?
No, I'm thinking the Claw Clipper sounds like a decent name. Maybe.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I like that.
The Manicure is the name of my blade. Fantastic. So Hendrian, we now come to you.
So Hendrian pulls out a warhammer, and this looks as much like a tool to be hammering metal as it is to actually be fighting with it. But as he pulls it out, it flares with a spectral blue light, shows that it's magically enchanted by him, no less.
Yes. Another augment.
It is another augment. I am going to attack two-handed because I haven't got time to get my shield out as well.
Yeah, this thing is in your the kitty in your face. You gotta deal with that.
But that is a 15 to hit with the warhammer.
Ooh, 15. You hit it, but just barely. So go ahead, swing away.
Will be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Yeah. So you both now have gotten pretty sound hits. This thing though does seem to be pretty well built. Like you are definitely making a dent into this thing, but it's gonna take quite a bit of firepower to get this thing pulled.
However, on the backswing, I, as a mechanist, have efficient action, which will allow me to use a bonus action to take a use an object action, or in this case, perform a weapon option.
Yes.
So I'm going to attempt to bash in the knee. This Chimera.
Oh, it's a bad day for legs. Bad day.
And that will hit on a 23.
Oh yes.
Which means that on its next attack roll, it has disadvantage.
Ooh, very nice.
So it's doing this number?
Yeah, it's a molly.
Hammer to the knee.
Yep.
A hammer to the knee.
All right, fantastic. So you are making sound work on everything this thing can reach. Fantastic. Anything else for you?
No, I'm going to stay where I am, thank you.
All right, and so at this point too, because your disguise is still up, yes?
Yes.
So you hear a like right by your ear, and like, whoa, one of these things seems to be looking at you, almost. You get the feeling it's asking you some kind of question, like based on just the like at the end, the inflection. Otherwise, you would have like no idea.
Yeah. Go, that dwarf one. Go get him. Bring him to me.
And there's like a zip like sound as this thing like goes over, and you watch as this like long needle comes out of this thing and just stabs down into Uther, just where he is laying on the ground. Uther, you are going to heal. 6 points.
Oh wait, hold on a second. That's not what I mean.
That escalated quickly.
And this like giant floating eyeball is looking at you like.
Thank you, where is it?
You smash it out of the way. Wow, okay.
I don't have an action, I've just recovered.
No, so it's going to be Zephy, and then it will be Uther.
No, very good.
So, but your little flying friends seem to be in this fight and still believe you're the boss, so whatever you did,
It's working!
woo! All right.
All right.
Our little pseudo dragon, what's he up to?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have Zephy fly out from the pocket that
Yeah.
he hid in, and I'm going to let's see. Okay, I wanted to use Puff of Smoke, which is once a day the pseudo dragon
Oh, the new
exhales.
pseudo dragon ability in
Yes.
Tales Valley. Yeah, tell us about that.
The pseudo dragon exhales a cloud of smoke in a 10-foot radius. A sphere centered on itself.
Yep.
Spreads around corners. The area is heavily obscured, lasts for a minute until like wind or something blows it. So I think I wanted to. I mean, honestly, actually, I'll probably have it stay in the pocket, like peek out a little bit, and then puff of smoke to obscure both me and the elf, so that I can.
Nice. So yeah, your companion
maybe-
there on the ground. You can give a nice cover here. What color is the smoke? It's a pseudo dragon. It can be anything you want.
Yeah, I think. Let's see. What's I think it's like a fun like rainbow, like a prismatic.
Yeah, very shimmery.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a trick that Zephy likes to do at parties, and
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like a mixture of like just everything, like all of the little potions that I have. Zephy like sipping on them every now and then, and so it's just like Zephy's just like, this one.
professional.
Exactly.
Can we call that a prismatic burp?
It's much cuter when you don't say that, but yeah, essentially, So you all see this like rainbow smoke come out. You're like, oh, Zephy, you've seen Zephy this 1,000 times. So as your friends disappear safely into the cloud, which is great because the Chimera is definitely not focused on them, and it feels like a pretty good cover going on here. So at this point, Uther, you are on the ground, but having been stabbed with this basically hypodermic needle, you feel I don't know, probably not great, but you're up. What you got for us?
There's a cloud? There's no chimera?
So that is on the far side, like behind
Far
the
behind the
there.
cloud?
So the Chimera is still very much there, right in your face, fortunately.
I'm melting its face up!
Yeah! Melt its face!
Time to bring the acid
There
arrow.
we go.
And at the same time, summon my spell ward.
Ooh, yeah, tell us
So
about
weaving
that.
a protective ward around myself.
Cool.
Because I'm a battle mage and I do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, so here it comes. It is a ranged attack.
Yep.
My dice luck continues!
Ooh.
And 8 is a miss.
And 8 is a miss, but you do generate luck in this case.
do.
Because you miss, so you get 1 luck. Unfortunately, you can't spend it on the same roll that generated it, but that is now 1 point that you can use to
I'm
either
banking it for later.
Yep.
Alright.
We survive.
There's just a little groggy still.
Yeah, but you do cast the spell, and because you are expending the spell slot, your ward is still active. And remind us, for that ward, you have to basically cast a spell first circle
First
or
level
higher.
or first circle or higher.
Yeah, each turn to kind of keep that going. And what are the defenses, like the benefits you get?
So I get a bonus to my armor class,
Nice.
equal to my proficiency bonus, which is nice, and resistance to your major damage types like bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Fantastic. I wonder if that will be helpful. We'll see.
Maybe I've got 6 hit points.
Great. All right, yeah. So you are in front of this thing. Your spell just managed to move out of the way in time, but now you do have this cool. Do you have like a move you do to weave this spell? Like, what does this look like? Have you seen-
Actually, yes, the spell ward always takes the form of those sparks that I'm throwing off most of the time. They start to get coordinated. They start to move
like
in a
cool
rhythmic
fields.
pattern.
Yeah. Nice. So you got like almost like fireflies moving around you right now as the spell word is forming. Very cool. All right, but that does put us back at the top of initiative. So we're going to our dear friend Chimera, who seems to get over the fact that their arms. All right, but they're going to do their best here. And at this point, you actually do begin to hear like more of this grinding and like steam started coming off of the other heads, and you see the little goat head like turns in and kind of chomps at the dragon head, and the dragon head like flicks a tongue out at this one, and then of course the other head here is getting all excited. The lion is like, rah! Like they seem to be almost like bickering with themselves, which is another cool new aspect of the Chimera here. So it has to make a save or basically succumb to a desire to fight itself as it is trying to figure out who's in control. So let's see here. Okay, so the heads cannot agree, which means that it's going to have disadvantage on its next bite or headbutt attack that it makes, as the heads are trying to decide between them on which one of them gets to eat you all. So it's rolling with disadvantage on its claw and rolling with disadvantage on its bite at this point. So good job, team. Let's see if it helps. All right.
This is so bad at building these things. So
they
bad.
can't get along. It's not listening. What's going on?
What happens when you go up against the dice?
Yeah. Everything just starts falling apart. So luckily our kobold friend is hiding, so I'll reroll a d4 here. So Hadrian, some of the pain is coming your way as a bite goes in. So it is rolling with disadvantage, but let's see how it does. Okay, that's still a 17. Is that gonna hit you?
Because I haven't got my shield out, yes.
Alright, so finally the heads, like, after they start smacking each other, the goat friend just shoots a head forward, like, haha, you guys, and chomps down on you, which is a very uncomfortable feeling as a goat, like, and its molars are, like, smashing against your body, and your mystic metal's, like, vibrating with the intense pressure of this. So you are going to take, oh, is that a d12? That's nasty. That's nasty. All right, there we go.
I'm sorry.
All right, so that will be 9 piercing damage, as even its goat molars are so condensing, it's just like piercing into your metal and causing that to go into your skin.
Catastrophic damage, my only weakness.
Oh no! Being eaten by a goat, my only flaw.
My only weakness.
Alright, so it can only make 1 claw attack, and it is making that at disadvantage, which is good news, as it comes in Gata and tries to swipe at you. Thank God for that disadvantage. Alright, so natural 20, or 2. So, so the 2, still with that claw, a 9, I'm assuming it's not going to hit a pretty bad boy fighter. Alright, so I do get not another claw, but I get a headbutt, it looks like. Yep. 1 bite, 1 headbutt, and 2 claw attacks.
That's it.
So nice. Alright, headbutt. As it is coming in here. This one is just a normal roll, and we're going to send that to Unther here. Because that's fair, right?
Yes.
Everybody should get one?
Bring it.
Yeah, everybody should
But
go.
that's only a 14.
Well, you know, that would have been bad, except that I have my spell ward up. So no.
Alright, so the lion comes in and it's like, my snack, oh, no, as it's like the sparks, and it's like, I don't want any of that. As it backs away and seems to miss you, so your ward is warding the heck out of it. Alright, that takes us to Zal.
Now, is our elf friend in a position where are they unconscious and, like, I could, like, stabilize them?
Yes, they're definitely unconscious at this point.
Okay. Then, yeah, I think I will try to stabilize them, because I think having another person...
Give us another go! Make me that medicine check.
I'm going to choose a different d20 than I rolled before.
You got this.
I mean,
Oh,
no.
So that's a 6.
You know, I would if you would like. I know it's not Zeffy's turn, but I will let them burn their action to help you on this roll.
I would be okay with that.
Alright.
And now I roll a different
But
die
Zeffy will
than
like
I
it
did.
to act on their
That's that's okay. That's a 14.
There you go!
Yeah, there we go.
So you're like going in here, and Zeffy makes like a squeak. Not that one, boss. Good noise.
Hey,
That was the poison. That was the deadly poison.
That was the deadly
There you go. So you managed to do whatever you do. Do you have a first aid move?
It's not even a potion that I'm looking for. It's actually like a pair of paddles that I just start they as I do it, it's mostly like static electricity imbued with a little bit of my fiendish magic that I just it's not even like I put on it, it's like it's just I just slam it on.
That's all right. Yeah. So you go ahead and you see Ellison just the body rocks and the eyes flicker and kind of roll back in their head a moment before he goes into a comfortable stupor. over. So he is not in trouble anymore. You have stabilized him.
Cool. Perfect.
So good job. We may make it out of here with 6.
The Valiant 5.
Valiant 5.
Doesn't have quite a good ring to it. No, you gotta save him for sure.
Yeah.
So that was your action. Anything
Yes.
else you'd like to do?
I don't think I have a bonus action that I can really use here. Yeah, no, I don't think I do, so I'm good on that.
Okay. Just being heroic as heck. Kobold life.
Yeah.
Just pressing those pedals. Alright, so Zal.
Actually, so can I I'm gonna move 30 feet outside. I'm gonna.
The rainbow.
Yeah, out of the. Does the rainbow stay there even if Zephy leaves it?
I believe so.
Let me check.
Look on the...
The sphere spreads. It lasts until 1 minute. Okay, cool. So, like while they're like kind of groggy, I go, "Stay here," and I run out of the smoke.
It stays right there on the floor.
I'm gonna run out of the smoke. And you said there are like
pipes and
and stuff.
machinery stuff around here. So clearly there's something that these things are all plugged in. Well, you would assume so in this space, but yeah, you can't see just like bare walls in here. There's all kinds of just technology.
Cool. Then I'm just gonna start making my way towards one of the walls. Yeah. So I don't know if I can make it there and start climbing it this turn.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna make it there and I'm gonna try to start climbing to get some elevation.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can, I think, let's say like 15 feet moving. So let's say you can just get about 10 feet.
Okay, yeah, works for me.
Yeah, so as you're scampering up, hopping from machine part to machine part and just dodging the occasional like a steam that's coming out of these like clockwork mechanisms.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and get some elevation. Anything else?
No, that is it.
All right, then Gaia, we come to you.
Well, Claw Clipper, tentative name.
Tentative.
Workshopping it is definitely going to take another bite at this chimera. Also, the heads are attacking everybody else, and that's just not very nice because Unther is already on the ground. That is just very rude.
Yeah, it is. It is extremely rude. Yeah, these heads are now just picking on each of you and taking
So whichever one was picking on Unther, that's the one.
Oh, that was the lion.
Yeah.
My lion was like, ooh, sparks. Yeah, that cat face, no.
I gotta go after that one, try to get its attention.
Yeah,
so my dwarf buddy is fine. Except that's a 2.
Okay.
Plus
hey, you get
6.
some luck.
That's
you
get some luck. Okay.
So you get some luck.
Right.
So that's a nice thing in Tales of the Valley. You're not just losing. I mean, you get a little something for next time, right? You got to take risks to make your own luck. Right.
That's true. So then I guess what I'll do with my bonus action, I will actually guard.
Okay.
Because Unther really does not need this lion coming after him again.
Yeah, sure. Tell me about guard. What's that do?
So guard allows me to use a bonus action to basically protect someone else or myself, but essentially it's going to have disadvantage on the first attack it makes against Unther.
I love it. God is like the queen of dealing out disadvantage, and I'm here for it. So really good news for all of you, for sure. Okay, so disadvantage on the next attack against Unther. Fantastic. Anything else for you?
No, I think that's about it. I still want to be right square in front of it.
And taking, I'm assuming, a pretty heroic stance.
Well, yeah, you gotta have the whole billowing hair and everything.
There's somehow wind here,
yes.
right? Going back to that first scene when we weren't in trouble, a little of that energy comes back.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, Hendrian, let's go.
So I'm going to unsling my shield off my back. If only I'd had it out the previous round, I wouldn't have been eaten slightly. Enormous kite shield. It's this sort of shape, and there is an enormous metallic V and a sword straight down through the middle. The insignia
of the Valiant. Right.
Switching my warhammer to a single-handed, and I'm going to take a swing at the chimera.
Let's go.
That is only an 11, I'm afraid.
An 11. Oh no, this round the Chimera seems to be getting smart as it's avoiding your attacks coming in at it, and there's like a barking mechanical sound that kind of comes out of the goat, and you're like, was that supposed to be a bleat? Was that, I don't know, a very confusing sound that distracts you from playing.
So I will miss. I will generate luck because
Generate luck.
And then again on the backswing, I will try and hit it in the knee once again to bash it.
There you go. That seems like a good ploy.
And just whiff.
Oh no.
Repeatedly.
Well,
I get
alright,
2 luck.
You know you only generate 1 per turn, unfortunately.
But I want to.
But I want to. You've already pushed your luck this turn. So with that, yeah, you try to come back in and get this thing, but it is just, maybe it's just getting angrier as you're seeing more of the steam come out, and it seems to be moving very quickly now, as it's really got its beat on you. Anything else for you?
Sadly, no.
Okay, alright, and at this point, there's another like clicking that comes towards you. As another one of these things is right up in your face, Zal, seeming to ask you something.
Who currently has the lowest amount of hit points? Still Uther. As I'm climbing up and it comes up to me and it's like, the dwarf still! Get the dwarf! Just go, hang out with the dwarf for a second.
And there's a zip again, and this thing, now it's like you can see the big needle, right? You were unconscious last time.
Great.
As it's just coming at you, it's coming at you. You gotta let this happen and try to dodge out of the way.
I'm a battle mage, I can take this.
As it's being stabbed through, and you feel sudden jolt of energy, recover 5 hit points.
Oh.
At least you didn't say take care of the dwarf.
Yeah.
Phrasing, yes.
Yes, phrasing. Important
Yes.
to be a good leader.
Better and better.
Oh, ow, shoulder kind of hurts, but yeah, overall, feeling pretty good.
I believe in acupuncture.
Yeah, it's all working. All right, and then Zephy did use their turn to help.
Yes.
So, Luthar, we're back to you.
Battle mages are good at tactics, right? It's strategy. And I see that the problem the Valiant Six has been having here is that we're making rolls.
Yeah.
And rolls are bad for
Rolls
us.
are
as
bad.
well.
Rolls are bad.
So I'm going to reach deep into my wizardly toolbox and come up with the classic. It's time for the magic missile.
Yes, it is time.
Little bolts,
Yep.
little fireflies. I'm firing that thing.
All right, go ahead. So you do not have to roll a hit.
I
just
don't have
that
to roll a
damage.
hit. I'm just rolling damage. We need lots of 4, 1, and
Are you casting it at first circle? Do you
oh,
want
I
to
should
trade
be
to
casting.
second?
I should be bumping this up for the extra. So that's 7.
I'm not here to
one more.
tell you.
No, I'm
But-
learning it. 9 plus 4 makes 13 points of magic missile, but I burnt a
Yes.
second circle spell for it.
All right, which does feed into your ward, so that's going to keep it active.
My
for
ward is
another
still
turn.
active.
So you are peppering it with this amount of force, and this thing, as it's like blow after blow after blow, just seems to be very confused and getting angry as you are doing this. But you are seeing now, like your shots are like flicking off some of these little metal pieces that seem to be coming like slowly unbolted the longer this thing keeps fighting you. So you seem to have done quite a bit of damage to this
Fall
thing.
apart.
This thing doesn't seem to be quite as sturdy as a normal chimera. Oh, Beetle. Come on, get some better bolts.
Get better bolts.
He cheaped out again.
He cheaped out again. He went to the bad hardware store. All right. Anything else for your turn?
I think that's it.
All right. Our chimera is up. Are you ready? Top run through.
I think we're ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're valid.
I'm gonna roll the recharge. My fire. No.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
use a doom point.
No! Boo!
So
Boo!
one thing, because players in Tales of the Valiant get luck, right? When they fail to resource they can spend. There's also an optional rule for GMs to get doom points, which is something that I can use to recharge an ability with a recharge, or force somebody to roll a disadvantage, or give myself advantage. So I have 1 doom point for this camper that I think I want to spend right now. Crank up the heat a little bit.
Do you worst?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Dead. So there's that click, click, click as that like gas smell kind of comes out of the dragon head, and then as fire sprays out over the 3 of you. So go ahead and make me those dex saves.
no.
So everybody except Zal and Zephy.
How far away would you say this chimera is from me?
Maybe 40 feet or so.
Alright.
Why? Do you want it to be 30 feet away? Do you have a clever thing that's going to
If it was 30 feet, if when you spend a doom point, I get it back.
Yeah, you know, it's only 30 feet. It looks different because of the prism.
Triangles.
Yeah, triangle. But yeah, it's exactly 30 feet away from you.
Yeah,
So tell me
so
about this thing.
part of my heritage, I have supplicant. When a creature within 30 feet spins doom, I have advantage on ability checks and saves until the start of my next turn.
Nice, nice. So you're used to the boss is mad. So you get that fear-based bonus. Yeah.
Just in case any of it comes back towards me before the end.
How we do?
Yeah, no. I failed a saving throw and gained luck.
There you go. Hey, that's something.
So, as this creature starts to breathe fire, I'm not really paying attention. And then I mentioned that little blue plasma thing that was been on my shoulder. I talked to. That's Blip. Blip. That is my shard of creation.
Yes.
Whom I generate abilities and can create things from, but also has the ability to inspire me. So I wasn't paying attention, and he moves and just sort of like taps me on the face to get out of the way. So I'm going to be adding a D6 to the saving throw.
Very cool.
Is it enough, Blip?
I don't know.
Come on, Blip.
So that is 10, 12, 16 because of Blip.
Oh, that is just enough.
Let's go, Blip.
Okay, this is happening. Woo! Okay, yeah, so you managed to make the save. How did it gotta do?
I got a 16 on the nose.
There you go. That is good. That's good.
Let's go.
Oh, poor.
I love
Were you
fire.
even close enough to spend the luck to get out
I
there?
do have a luck point that I could spend, but I don't think it's
It's
going
going to help.
It's going
Is
to
that
help.
good? All right. Well, let's see how we roll this time.
Going out in a hail of fire is not bad for a battle mage.
The good news is I rolled all ones and twos, which is very embarrassing. So, whatever. That's only going to be 14. So that will be halved for the two of you to 7.
Which means I only take 1 point of damage.
Well, okay, so how cool does that look, though?
Yeah.
This hail of fire described to me, and you got some like cool, like...
Well, it's the as I dodge expertly at
Yeah.
it still catches me, but my metallic armor suddenly covers my face for an instant, and that red sheen, and you can see it powering up red, and then my face reappears. I'm like, is that all you have, Beetlebrox? It's like I'm not even trying.
From somewhere you feel psychic, just like as you say that. But are you still up, Uther?
Well, no. This is
Uther.
I know. Back down, smoldering gently.
Gently on the ground. Like a warm embrace.
Yeah,
really,
I've been here
for a
before.
mage. Yeah, it's familiar. Unfortunately, does that mean your spell will drops?
It does, because I won't be able to
Channel magic
Yes.
into it, unfortunately. So, it falls back down on the ground. All right, but we still have 1 claw attack now because of Nailbiter. So that is going to be coming in for. I don't think it liked that comment very much from Hendrian. So it's going to try and hit you with a claw.
My mouth is writing checks.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Because I have my shield, it misses.
Well, look who's getting all valiant on it. All right, so you're like, no, shh, as this is happening. So we go ahead, and that is the Chimera's turn. So Zal, what are you doing? He's just climbing up here. What is the move?
So as I'm climbing up, I'm looking to see if there are any big gears along the wall
Oh, yeah, there's
that
tons.
could perhaps be unloosened.
Yeah, there's a lot of these seem to be steam
Or loosened.
sort of
Not
valve
unloosened,
things.
that'd be Titan.
Not
Unloosened would be Titan. I do mean
yes.
loosened.
So yes, there are a lot of these big, almost crank things that seem to be to letting the flow of steam or water or whatever is carrying through these things. So if you just turn them the other way, you think they'll come off, and they're quite
Quite large? Okay. Then my goal is I want to get the Chimera's attention so that it can get away from everyone.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna, do I get the sense that it is, I mean, all of the other constructs have been able to understand what we've been saying,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So can I do the command spell as I call out to this chimera? And I wanted to approach. I wanted to get closer, away from everyone else and closer to the wall.
Nice. All right, sure. Do I make a save?
Let's see. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or follow the command at the start
boy,
of its
am I bad at those. Let's do that. Okay. Here we go. That's a 6.
That is lower than my DC.
Huh.
So I just call out to him, like, hey, over here, come over here. Don't worry about them. The wall is better.
Yeah, and so you were seeing the chimera at this point was going like this, you know, with its paws, with Unther, passing, rolling him around, you know, having a lot of fun. And then you say, like, you call to it, and you see the goat head turns back. It kind of makes this horrible, like, sort of goat sound. And then the other heads follow suit, and it turns and is going to bound towards you, giving attacks of opportunity from everybody who's conscious.
I would love an attack of opportunity. I would love to hit to an attack of opportunity.
Does a 14?
Well, you generate luck. There you go.
Does a 14 do it?
A 14 is exactly what you need to do it.
Okay, alright. So then I'm still too handy. Where's my D10? There we go. Alright, so 7 plus 4 is 11 slashing.
Ooh, oh, you get such a good hit off on this thing. It like, you see a big, like, shelf side of it, like, just shears off as you were hitting it here. And it like, kind of struggles at this moment, like, looking up, you know, towards its master on the wall, back towards...
Over here. Don't even worry about them. Don't
It's like
even worry.
dragging, you know, its mangled paw behind it as it is moving up towards you. Anything else you're doing?
I'm basically going to position myself behind this wheel so that when I have chance on my next turn, or maybe I'll have Zephy do it on your turn, just push it off and on top.
Incredible, yeah. So it comes up and it's like looking up at you, right? Because you're like basically just out of its jaw range, and it looks mad at you, like, what do you want?
Just wait, hold on, just wait. This is gonna be really cool. Trust me.
So its 3 heads like swaying back and forth, looking up at you. And then we come to Gata.
You know what? I think this is a moment for a Vlahagentor to shine.
Yes.
I also don't want to leave my companions who are looking a little singed.
A bit.
So I am going to throw Vlahagentor.
Woo!
Alright, and that is 12 and 6 is 18 to hit. Alright, a D6. Ooh, I got a 6.
Why
Plus
you
4 is 10. So like fling right, and I'm aiming for like probably the base of the neck.
Yeah, where all
As it's
3
like-
heads
yeah.
kind of connect. Yeah, you get like a sound hit just right in that spot, and the thing like cringes down, and it's like, okay, I don't have time for this, right? As it's looking up at you, and it's like trying to turn around in this moment here. So it's like sparking at this point, and just like black smoke is pouring out of it. You're like, that's not even the cool look. That is clearly a very damaged look.
I just hope it doesn't scratch Vlahagentor.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
That would be horrible. Yeah, that would be awful. Anything else for you?
I suppose I could continue guarding my allies, just so the next attack that comes
Yeah.
after my allies here would be at disadvantage. You know, just kind of standing over them to make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really big enough to like stand in front of
Yeah.
Hendrian, you know,
Yeah.
but I can at least get
Do
in a
your
little
best.
bit, you know.
You're about a 3/4, you know,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so you take a valiant position in front of Hendrian. We come to you.
So I can see what Zal's doing,
Yep.
trying to
Yep.
take this off and land on that. But I don't want this creature to have a chance to dodge out of the way. So I am going to sprint across towards it,
Yeah.
pulling a spanner from my belt, and I'm going to try and jam it right in the mechanism on its leg where
Yeah,
the
so it
paneling
can't-
come on. So it can't
move. All right, cool. Let's do it. So are you trying to? Is it you hitting it with something?
No,
or
I'm
trying to
literally trying to take the spanner and jam it in the mechanics.
Nice.
To stop it from
Okay.
being able to
What
dodge
kind
out
of
the way.
check? Maybe a sleight of hand. I think as you're trying to
Yeah.
like land it in that right, just that spot.
With a tool.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting the tool in the...
That's fine.
It's absolutely a tool.
The reason I ask is because I get advantage.
That's a tool.
So.
There you go.
And I really want this to work.
Yep.
So that is.
There's lots of aspects to plumbing, really.
And blip
Wow.
guides my
Woo!
hand. 18. As it blip is pointing to the bit where I need to jam it in.
Right here, yeah, and you're like, yeah, and you manage to jam it in just like right into that guided spot, and you can see the pistons that would normally like control the legs on this thing, just like absolutely fail. As this thing, I'm gonna say it is basically like restrained at this moment here, as it, like its feet. It can't move, and it's like its heads are clearly now like biting up and down in that sad way when you see like animatronic things like that start to fail way. And then you, without even being asked now at this point, because these little robots are getting so used to just healing the door. One of these croissants comes back, and it didn't even put away its needle this time, and you're like, as you're woken up yet again in time to see your companions move in here. And then we come to Zeffy.
Yeah, I think Zeffy, like I just mentally with Zeffy, like as I'm doing, I'm just gonna have Zeffy help push it off and
so
on top of it.
That final, like, that last screw you need as Zeffy is just turning the wheel, and then you all see just this massive, like, chandelier-sized gear just fall to the ground, and there's a catastrophic, like, clashing sound as just it hits right in the middle of this creature, and it just shatters with all of the damage that you have done to it, and just lands on the floor in kind of a twitching, sparking mess as you have defeated the Chimera. And you hear there's like a sound. No! This can't be happening again! This can't be happening again! Why? Every time I built this base and I will get you one of these days, Valiant 6. You mark my words.
Hey, where's our friend? Where's the cleric?
Sino.
And you hear, hey guys, I'm actually in here. I'm in here, coming from like one of these big like machine things. She's like, I climbed down and I can't get out. It's like a water tower shaped fixture in the corner. He's like, damn you all! I'll get you if it's the last thing Beetle Brox the Brass Boss does! I will get... And there's like a explosion in the background. Oh! I gotta go!
We didn't even do that.
Sure didn't. And the lights like start flickering, and all these like little mechanical things start dropping from the air, basically like flies, and the doors start like ee. It seems like you better get out of here real quick, whatever is happening.
We should leave before this.
Let's gather our companions.
I'm already up there. I can go get the cleric. I can.
You get Porcino who's fallen down. It's like a 20-foot. You like get that rope. Thank goodness you protected it.
I run over and I get Blip to turn into a ladder.
There you go. Blip. Form of and you're ready. Yeah, she's. Oh my god. Well, thank goddess. A moon goddess specifically. And you get Ellison slung over your shoulder, and you're making it out, and of course you like navigate through the tunnels and doorways. Just as one opens, and you step out, and behind you just a dramatic like red blast in the background as Beetle's lair is destroyed, and the Valiant 6 have survived yet another day. Congratulations! Yes! Coming in with the arch villain Beetle. Who knows when you'll see him again, but thank you everybody so much for joining us for this game. I had an amazing time. I hope you all did as well. But let's go ahead and go run the Horde one more time. So just say once again who you are, which pre-gen you were playing, so people know which one to grab. Now digitally available, all of these pre-gens as part of Kobold. So okay,
Sure. I'm Wolfgang Bauer, founder of Kobold Press. I'm playing Unthar Shaleheart, the battle mage dwarven wizard who can't stay up.
I was and continue to be T. Alexander Stangram, COO of Kobold Press. I was playing Hendrian Casca and Blip, the Orc Mechanist.
I'm Megan Moracle. I was playing Gada Zaid, the Weapon Master Fighter.
And I am Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. And I was playing Zalbakar Andrialix and Zephy Alex.
Yes.
What is that?
And I am Celeste Konovich, Senior Game Designer for Kobold Press. I was playing Beetle and all your other wonderful characters. Again, thank you so much for stopping by for this event. It has been an absolute pleasure having you all here. So thank you, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and hey, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed watching us play Tales of the Valiant, because, hey, I had a lot of fun playing it, and it was my first time, and it immediately sold me on everything that I had been told. It was genuinely so much fun. Also, it was the first time I had played a game in person, and a long while, a very, very long while. So I don't know. I had a lot of fun being there with the fellow kobolds, playing Tales of the Valiant, getting to be Zal. It was, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. Despite the fact that we lost Celeste's camera like 20 or something minutes in, whatever. It was still a lot of fun. It was still a lot of fun playing, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Next up, we have Trivia Night, Kobold Trivia, everybody. I've got 50 minutes of trivia for you. There are 50 questions that have to deal with all things Kobold Press, Midgard, artists that we've worked with, a little bit of lore, some monsters, some book knowledge. We got it all. We want it all. And you want to get them all. Well, I mean, you most of the trivia is just for fun. I'm not your teacher. All right, you're not getting bad marks because you got questions wrong. No, it's fine. You'll be good. But for the people who do get the last question correct, we might have a gift for you. Might have a big prize for you. So you are going to want to be paying attention, and I hope you enjoy this little trivia time. You know, it'll be fun. We'll have a blast. Hello, there we go. I had the wrong thing unmuted. And that's on me. The tech goblins have been around lately. But here's the thing, gang. I hope you enjoyed trivia. I tricked you. There aren't 50 questions. There are 51 questions. And so, remember, the first person to get this question correctly will be winning a prize, a very special prize, which I will announce after we figure out how this is going to go down. So, are you ready? Here we go. If Jiro wanted to sneak into a castle dressed as a court jester and carrying forged documents stating his affiliation with the Jesters and Ridiculous Outfits organization, how many sets of tools would he need in Tales of the Valiant to create the disguise and forge the documents? Oh. Ooh, and we have our winner. GM Toolbox. You're correct. You only need one tool. The Charlatan's Tools. It handles everything for you. Congratulations, GM Toolbox. You are the winner of one... Hold on, give me 1 second. There we go. You are the winner of one copy, one original print of Return to Castle Shadowcrag. And for anyone who may not know what this book is, it is a book that is no longer on sale. We do not keep it on stock on our website. It currently resells on Amazon for about $250. And it's a fun little adventure. The family Strauss ruled Zobek with ruthless cruelty and shadow fey magic for nearly 600 years, until those who suffered under them finally reached their boiling point. The ensuing revolt overthrew the hated Strauss and left their cursed castle a dark and shunned place. Return to Castle Shadowcrag is an adventure where past and present mingle. As the players explore this legendary castle, a single step can send them back in time to participate in its most important events and possibly change history. Can they lift Shadowcrag's curse, sever its connection to the Shadow Realm, and redeem its melancholy steward, Evander Strauss? The adventure is intended for 4 11th level characters or 5 10th level characters, and the heroes are expected to gain at least 1 level before the adventure's climactic ending. Congratulations. Kim is already in the chat. Kim, if you can get their information, and hey, you've got one original print of Return to Castle Shadowcrag. Whew. Oh, you have Joe's info. Perfect. Amazing. Awesome. Cool. Perfect. Well, you know what? How else could we end a day of KoboldCon 2024? Only the first day, mind you, of KoboldCon 2024. This is just Friday. There's still Saturday and Sunday left. And we have so much community play, organized play, where you can go out to start playing games right now, to go sign up for games. You could play Tales of the Valiant. It's finally there. You can get the PDF right this second. And if you already haven't, why wait? You can get it. You can play the game. You just watched me play it potentially earlier if you were here for the actual play part. It's fun. And gosh, I'm so excited. And I hope you all at home are, having a good time. and had a good time, and we'll continue having a good time these next 2 days as we just explore more of what Tales of the Valiant can do, celebrate what we at Kobold Press and the community have been able to accomplish together, and it's going to be a very good time. So with that being said, tomorrow we have more stuff going on here. The first part of the day from 10 a.m. Pacific time, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. So noon to 2. I'm trying to remember time zones. Central time, so on and so forth. You can figure it out from there. That's going to be community play. You could just be out playing games. Thank you for putting the link in there, Dot, for start playing games. You can go sign up for games. You can go and play. And then at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Central for Eastern, you can come back here, and we'll be doing a Kobold Press staff Q&A, where a lot of your questions about Tales of the Valiant, what Kobold Press is doing, what you can be expecting in the future, you can ask all those questions, and Wolf me, Kim, Alexander, to people from editorial, people from art, people customer service will be there to answer a lot of your questions. So that will be great. And then from there, at 2 p.m. Pacific time, will be Tales of the Digitally Vigilant, where we will be talking about some of our key VTT partners, and we'll be talking about all of the new stuff that you can find out there already online, resources for you to play Tales of the Valiant. To be able to answer a lot of your questions there. And then at 3 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be talking about the art of TOV. We'll be bringing back Mark Rattle from earlier, Wolfgang, and as well as some of the other artists that worked on Tales of the Valiant to talk about what that process was like, and what it and talk about some of their favorite pieces and how it all worked together to bring about what the feeling and the effect of Tales of the Valiant. And then after that, from 4 to 6 Pacific, hey, that's more community play. 3 more hours to get out, play some games, do whatever you want. It's your time. But come back here at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Yes, it's a little later in the day, but I'll be unboxing some of the products that we said earlier. If you were watching during the Kobold showcase, so what Alexander was talking about, some of those really nice dice, the starters. It's gonna be good. Be back here at 7 p.m. And then after that, at 8 p.m. Pacific time, it's going to be Late Night in the Warrens. Me, you, our marketing director, Dot. We'll just, we're going to talk tabletop RPGs. We're going to talk Kobold Press. And it's just going to be a nice way to cool off the night and get ready for what's coming up on Sunday. Don't forget, if you go out and you're buying Tales of the Valiant, you're buying the Kobold Con t-shirts also. Hey, look, this is the t-shirt. It's good. I like the t-shirt. It's super comfortable. The material that it's I'm very picky about the t-shirts that I wear. But this is just, it's very breathable. It's not, I don't know. I could go on about this shirt. I used to work at a t-shirt shop. I love t-shirts and I have a lot of opinions. Materials, great. Go just get it. But another incentive to get it is buying the shirts, buying stuff on our store. By doing that, you are donating a percentage of that to the Kobold Press Gaming Scholarship, which we also talked about earlier, where we will be donating to the USC Games program for them to give a scholarship out to someone who is looking to get into the board game and tabletop gaming space, and helping bring the future of game designers, helping them be able to get those resources, have those classes, and be maybe the next big thing. Who knows? So go out, go do all of that. And you know what? We'll see you all tomorrow. This has been an absolute joy, an amazing first day of Kobold Con for our first ever Kobold Con. We were talking Monster Vault. We were talking Player's Guide, both of which are out right now. And I'm going to end the stream and I'm just going to start reading them. It's been, I don't know, it's been a joy. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you all so much, and have a great night. Happy Kobold Con, everyone.